Anyway, so the talk and the narrative that we didn't play anybody, it didn't matter because we're winning close games, and now you come here against the defending Super Bowl champions on their home turf in a game they had to have after giving one up to the Dallas Cowboys last week, and you just dominated, and that's why you win this game, right? You set a whole new level of physicality.
Who are you grabbing, by the way?
We got Kyle Manungai, Mighty Manungai coming up.
Mighty Manungai.
You don't think that this Philly game is over.
We
will never readdress this subject again.
Okay, here's Kyle Manungai.
Here we go.
J-Mac.
Here with Bears running back Kyle Mighty Manungai. Kyle, you get an opportunity to come back home. I know you're from northern New Jersey. Talk about, could you have written a better script? Thanksgiving, you come home, you get to play against the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday in front of a national audience. You and your counterpart, DeAndre Swift, both go over 100 yards. Talk about what you feel right now.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, couldn't have wrote it any better. And, to be able to do it on this stage, a big game for us as a team. And, we said we wanted to get number 9, and we did that. So I couldn't be more proud of the guys. And for me personally, I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else in front of my family and everybody, yeah.
What made this run game so successful? You know what type of defensive front those guys have over there on their side of the ball, but what made you guys so dominant in the run game today?
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into this game was going to be in the trenches. Up front, that was going to be the deciding factor whether we win this game. We challenged them at the beginning of the week. They knew what it was, and they showed up. I mean, the O-line had a great game. They were moving people. Me and Dre were able to read and just cut up, make vertical cuts, and be us,
Talk about your running style. As soon as you get the ball, there's no hesitation. You're like a ball of violence, I always say. You get downhill, you're knocking bodies out the way. Where does that physicality come from?
I've been running like that since as long as I can remember, man. You got to be the attacker, be the hammer, not the nail. And, like you said, no hesitation. I got to be the one that brings the force.
Last question for you. How do you guys feed off each other, you and DeAndre? Seems like he goes in there, rips off a big play. You come in, you get a big run for chunk yardage. How are you guys able to feed off each other?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we feed off each other's energy. One of us go get a big play, we say to the other one, hey, it's your time now. Come on, go match that. And I think that competitive nature, the chemistry we had to see each other be great, I think that we're unstoppable when we're clicking like that.
Congratulations. Go celebrate this win with your teammates. Bet you guys up in the booth.
All right, great job, J-Mac. Time now for our Benny's Toast of the Game, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, official champagne provider of Chicago Bears Radio. Tommy, if you can't find it at Benny's.
It's probably not worth drinking.
All right, for the third time since 1985 against Denver, the Bears have rushed for more than 280 yards with better than 6 yards per carry average. It happened against Cincinnati and Philadelphia. 47 for 281 today, 6 yards a carry. It happened in 2022 against Houston as well. What a day for the entire offensive rushing team. I'm happy for the guys up front, the new additions this year. Joe Tooney, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson coming back, grew up 20 minutes from here in Media, Pennsylvania. Eagles fan in these parking lots back growing up, wondering if he'd ever be able to play in this stadium, and he did, and he threw some big blocks today. The left tackle, again, Ozzie Pierpillo, help from Theo Benedette, and the right tackle, Darnell Wright. The tight ends, key blocks by Loveland, key blocks by Komet, key blocks by Zacchaeus. I'm sure we'll see key blocks by everybody.
Did you throw our guy Theo Benedette in there? Okay,
I said
good.
Theo, yes.
Good. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a great explosive running game that allowed the Bears to get in position to control this game at the end. But again, taking the stadium out of this game was a great part of it also.
Today's Toast of the Game, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, official champagne provider of Chicago Bears Radio. If you can't find it at Benny's,
it's probably not worth drinking.
All right, we're going to take a break. 24-15, Bears the win over the Eagles. Happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday, everybody. We go into the holiday season with the best yet to come and some challenges ahead on the Bears Radio Network.
This is the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago, WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
The Chicago Bears Radio Network is brought to you in part by Hard Rock Casino of Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, the Advantage Dealer Group, and Dr. Pepper. This is Bears football on the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career today. Learn more and apply for admission at illinoisstate.edu/admissions.
If you're turning 65 or new to Medicare, Humana might just have the health plan you're looking for. Our Medicare Advantage plans offer coverage and care you can count on. You could get a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Advantage Dealer Group makes car buying simple and fast with their 60-minute guarantee. They know the process starts online, so every one of their dealerships is designed with your experience in mind. Browse the wide selection of new and used vehicles at Advantage Chevy, Toyota, and Acura. Use their payment calculators, explore financing options, and stop by. They value you and your time, getting you in and out with your new car in 60 minutes or less. Advantage Dealer Group, where car buying fits your schedule.
Hey football fans, it's Adam Colopy with the Village of Bedford Park. Just like a winning team needs great players, your business needs the right support to succeed. And that's exactly what you'll find in Bedford Park. Our team works hard to block obstacles, open lanes, and help drive your business into the end zone. Plus, we offer a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Ready to move the chains for your business? Contact me, Adam Colopy, at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
When I got sick, I spent years looking for answers. But it only took one conversation with my team at Northwestern Medicine to correct my misdiagnosis. I'm Daniel. When Parkinson's changed my life, so did my Spanish-speaking care team.
The Northwestern Medicine Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorders Center offers specialized, culturally sensitive care. Their Spanish-speaking team was the first to provide Daniel with innovative treatment in the language he preferred. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Peggy and Yurko, post-game on ESPN Chicago.
Jeff and Tom with you back in Philadelphia. The Bears finish off the Philadelphia Eagles 24-15, and they move to 9-3. The Eagles drop to 8-4 in the NFC and East, and the Bears have swept the NFC East.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing because we're all getting to know Ben better week in and week out. And after they got beat by Dallas, the way they did last week, it's incredible that they weren't more mentally and emotionally prepared. And the Bears, they started winning this game from the very beginning, and then Philly was never able to get back into it. And I think I heard Jerry Jones falling out of his chair because of what it means to Dallas going forward and what we did for the Cowboys. So it's an amazing win, and I hopefully we'll see more in the future.
47 carries, 281 yards. Put that in context today.
It's the reason why you're able to come into this environment, basically take the stadium out of the game and win this game in the long run. And you think of how many important carries that these guys had on first down to give Ben to be creative on second and third and makeable.
And on a short week with no practice other than walkthroughs.
Yeah, on a short week. It seems like all the departments that have a hand in making sure these guys are fresh at kickoff, they've been doing their due diligence, and it's evident in the effort that they're able to give until the end.
The other thing is the Bears had a wire-to-wire win. They went up 7-0 and never gave the lead back.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing about the game is, as we looked at the increments of time as they dwindle down, you look at the fourth quarter and you think, okay, when you're watching the game last night, how many scores there were in the Kansas City-Dallas game just in the fourth quarter alone, and you didn't want that to plague the Bears this week. And it didn't, and when they needed to get the Philly Eagles off the field, they were able to.
85 snaps offensively, Tom. It's going to take you a while to get through that tape. That might take you 2 days.
Yeah. It's the most since 2001 when they had 87 plays in an overtime game against Cleveland.
Yeah, non-overtime, 1999, Doug tells me, against Washington. And you look at the math. If you didn't watch the game and you're just going to look at statistics, first downs, Bears doubled up the Eagles, 28-14, for example.
Amazing.
Bears 10 of 17 on third down. They started the game, I believe, 7 of 10 on third down. 7 of 9, Doug? No, 7 of 8. 7 of 8 on third down. Net yards, 425. They averaged 5 yards a play, 281 on the ground, 144 through the air. Caleb, 17 of 36, 154, and was intercepted on a screen try. Quarterback rating at 56.9. Hurts at 19 of 34, 230, and 2 touchdowns, and also intercepted by Kevin Byard.
But I was saying, as an Eagles fan, Jeff, I would be really disappointed because what the Eagles were able to do in the later stages of the fourth quarter and how efficiently they were able to get down to the field by multiple throws to A.J. Brown. I would just be sitting here and I'd be calling in the Eagles radio shows tomorrow, asking if they can do it in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Why can't you do it in 1 through 3?
Yeah, in all 3 phases they lost the game too because the offense didn't do what they needed to do. The defense gave up all that rushing yards, and the extra point miss was monster.
And again, I think we have to appreciate the creativity of Dennis Allen. He got a couple guys back in the fold, and he was able to use everybody. And I remember one play that you mentioned about them being in a dime defense, and in that dime defense they brought 2 defensive backs. And then they forced the ball out of the hands of the quarterback, and the end result was, the Bears' offense being back on the field.
All right, we're going to send it to Yurko and Peggy for the wrap-up from their studios, wherever they may be, or if they're at their homes broadcast. I'm not sure. What
we're at work.
No. Okay, you're at work. Okay,
yeah.
very good.
Of course.
Very
of
good.
course. Some of us love to come to the shop and get things done.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh. Well, happy Thanksgiving to both of you and your families, and the Bears have won 9 of 10. Chew on that for a minute, will you? As the Green Bay Packers
grizzle on a
await.
turkey.
Yeah.
And second in the NFC, the Bears, 1 year ago, Yurko, the Bears fired Matt Eberflus. Now, 12 months later, his replacement, Ben Johnson, not only has the Bears on a 5-game win streak, but atop the NFC North and second in the National Football Conference.
And you've got to like that. You've got to like that. I didn't know what was going to happen this week. Predicting games going into the weekend, I did not know what this game was going to feel like, what it was going to look like. The Bears came to play. I think that's the one thing you can tell the world is the Bears came to play. And if you watch this game, you didn't see the Bears play all year, and you're sitting around the country not doing a darn thing on a Friday that you got off, you're not spending your own money. You're not buying gifts. You're not going crazy looking for some deals somewhere. You sat down, you watched this game, and you said, geez, who the hell are these guys? And where did they come from? And I think that's what, in that offensive line and the way they dominated the defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles and the way they ran the ball, I mean, that was impressive. Quarterback, not necessarily on a windy day, on a tumultuous day. Neither quarterback really kind of lit up the world right there. But the Chicago Bears did enough to win this football game defensively and offensively. And it looked like an old school game. Old school, cold weather, windy game that might get you during the playoffs. That might happen during the playoffs. Not every team gets a chance to play inside. And this was an impressive offensive line and an offensive team showing today.
Ben Johnson said they would be playing their best football in December, and they close out November with the quality win against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, a 24-15 win. Great game plan to pound the rock, 281 yards on the ground, and completely dominate the time of possession. Keep Jalen Hurts and that flashy Eagles offense off the field, and the Bears did it, controlling the clock. holding on to the ball 39 minutes and 18 seconds, nearly twice as long as the Philadelphia Eagles, who had 20 minutes and 42 seconds time in possession. It was just a great game plan. There, at one point, they were even with runs and passes, double digits for each, around 20, I think it was. And then once they realized that they were just pounding it to them, they just kept with the run game.
At some point, I saw
awesome.
25 rushes to 27 passes.
Yeah.
25 to 27. They ran the ball 22 times and then threw 9 more passes. So they've realized, okay, we're going to run the ball. We're going to go after these guys. You can't float a ball anywhere tonight. You got to be able to drive the football, and some throws didn't call for it to be driven like that. So let's just hand the ball, put it in the belly of Manungai and Swift. Both guys over 100 yards. Reminds me of the old days of first Roland Harper and Walter Payton. And then Suey took over for Walter Payton, and then it was Walter Payton and Roland Harper. Matt Suey that had the last dual 100-yard game for a Bears running back tandem. It feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. If you want to call up and you want to complain about Caleb Williams and the quarterbacking and all the things that were happening and the inability of the Bears wide receivers to be able to stand up on 2 feet today, and every time they seem to come out of a break, they seem to be on the turf at Lincoln Financial Field, one can choose to do that. I will not stop you. But it was an impressive performance by the Chicago Bears offense, and anytime you do this, you've got to remember sacrifice has got to be made somewhere down the line when you only complete 17 balls. And, a handful of guys caught a handful of balls, and that was it. Nobody put the stats up. A.J. Brown did 10 receptions, 132, and a couple of tutties. But what the Bears wide receiving crew and their tight end crew, they did a wonderful job of blocking during the run, finishing blocks during the run, being a part of what is a winning football team. And I tell you this, I'd rather win a game than have 7 catches for 100 yards. I played team football.
This was no doubt about it.
Team football.
Impressive. The Bears run block on offensive line, their win percentage, I believe they came into this game second or third in the NFL. Mm-hmm. They did a phenomenal job.
Their
today.
overall ranking in PFF jumped them up to number 4 from number 8 last week. So they went from 8 to number 4. The biggest riser, if you will, the Minnesota Vikings went down 8.
It was explosive in the first half as well. The Bears lead the NFL in explosive plays. Those are runs of 10 yards or more and receiving plays of 20 yards or more. But today, all 6 of their explosive plays came on the ground. 54 runs now of 10-plus yards leads the NFL. That is more than half of their big plays. They're somewhere now, I think I lost count, 92, 93, 94, somewhere in that range. But really, the big explosive plays really gave it to the Eagles' defense.
They came via the run for the most part, except for the 28-yard touchdown that Cole Kmet scored there to help solidify
there you go. That was the other one.
things. Yeah, that was the other one right there.
Nice job today by the Bears. Nice job with the play calling by Ben Johnson. And, boy, what a job by Manungai and DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift named a game captain today, returning to his hometown of Philadelphia.
City of brotherly love.
And he scores the first touchdown for the Bears in a combined effort of 281 total yards. So while it was windy at the Link, the Bears countered with thunder and lightning, and that's where we're going to head back to Lincoln Financial Field and the Hyundai broadcast booth where Ben Johnson is standing by with JJ and Tom.
All right, thank you, Peggy. Congratulations, Ben. What a performance today, start to finish. Held the lead, never gave it up. And the run game, I called it some Philadelphia freedom, baby.
Yeah, no, the run game was huge for us today, especially with those conditions. You know, that wind was something else, particularly in the first half. It died off a little bit there in the second half, but, if we don't have that run game going like it was going today, we were going to struggle a little bit.
So tell us the secrets to that success on the ground today with with the backs sharing the carries, and it was thunder and lightning, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I think it starts with the big guys, though. This is a game. I've been saying it all week. It's what Philly prides themselves in. They build from the trenches, and we feel the same way about our crew as well. So we challenged our offensive line. We knew that they had a very talented defensive front. And I think they answered the call. I think they did a phenomenal job moving the guys. And then the backs did bring some energy. They played physical, and they really elevated the whole team.
Hey, Ben, you got a short week and you got some new personnel coming back on defense. How did Dennis handle how he was going to insert those guys in the lineup and how much he was going to get out of them?
Well, we had this plan. It's something I alluded to all week, that we had a plan for their timeline and their return. And we were getting them acclimated back up during the course of the last few weeks in practice, and making sure that they were slowly but surely getting up to game speed. And then, going into this one, we kind of had, a certain number of plays we wanted both those guys to get. And so early in the week, we formulated a plan on what that would look like. And fortunately, practice and everything, it went the way that we wanted it to. And so I think DA did a phenomenal job with that.
Caleb did a phenomenal job on the Cole Kmet touchdown, because when you rolled out to the left, it looked like he had an easy dump off to DeAndre Swift, and somehow Cole caught his eye downfield. In the design of that play, is that the way you saw it, and did he run it perfectly?
Well, no, Swifty is number one on that play.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you're running the ball like that, it's the fourth quarter, and they know they need to get the ball back. They're playing variations of cover zero, and so there's no safeties back there. And so Caleb was able to recognize it and see it, and a huge throw. Not easy to do going to your left either, by the way.
Right. Last question for me is under center offense. As an offensive lineman, I always like that because you can hear the quarterback's cadence on the road, and it gives you a chance to do more things from the quarterback position. Is that something that fit into place, or were you able to use it a little bit more than you initially thought?
Well, no, I think that it's a core part of what we do. We feel like at this point in the season, our wide zone scheme is one of the best things that our guys up front do. Is something that our runners have gotten real comfortable with, and so we think it's better when we're under center for us to do that, and then we got all the movements and the play actions off of it as well. So, it's just kind of where we are as a team right now. Each week will be a little bit different, but, we certainly featured it here today.
How did Caleb handle what was a bumpy ride in terms of completing passes overall today, but still maintaining his composure to lead this team? The two fourth-quarter scoring drives, very important.
It's hard. It's hard when the wind is like that, and I'm really kicking myself a little bit. I couldn't believe I called 36 passes there. I see 36 attempts, and so I think that's one of the things that felt like we could get some chunks there in the passing game with the running game going the way it was, and we're having a hard time getting that passing game being consistent for us, but. Made some huge plays for us down the stretch there that we really needed.
So many plays you could point to, but the tush-push forced fumble by Nashawn Wright. Kid keeps making plays. That's huge right then and there.
No question. I mean, Shawnee's – I just said in the locker room, it's probably 3 weeks in a row I should have given him a game ball, and so finally ended up doing it, and, guys were going crazy for him. But a huge play in that game because I think they were in scoring range, right? They were in field goal range.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge deal.
Who else got one?
Gave it to the entire offensive line.
Yeah.
They earned it, man.
All
right, they did.
That makes my guy happy. All right. Well, you made everybody's weekend. You Bears have made this a great holiday weekend and one to remember for sure. Up next, the Green Bay Packers. We dig into the division next.
That's right. Yep. We're excited about it, and we'll get a couple days off here and be ripping and roaring and ready to go.
All right, Ben. Congrats.
Yep. Thank you, Jeff.
Bears take care of business in Philadelphia. Back to Yurko and Peggy for continuing post-game coverage, guys.
JJ, thank you very much. The Ben Johnson interview is brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot, official champagne provider of Chicago Bears radio. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Bears on a 5-game win streak with back-to-back wins over division leaders. No more patsies on the schedule. No more questions about their wins. They are 9-3 and second in the NFC. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will head back and hear from winning quarterback Caleb Williams. We'll also open up the phone lines at 312-332-3776. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe, amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana, just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
In Chicago, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And when the Bears hit the field, there's only one drink that brings the flavor, Dr. Pepper. And now, it could be your ticket into the Dr. Pepper Bears ticket sweepstakes at drpepperticketsweeps.com/Bears for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming game. Terms and conditions may apply.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Hi, this is Dave Muzio, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
You know that sound, and you better get used to it. Because when you bank with Consumers Credit Union, you got people cheering for you everywhere you go. Whether it's a quick run to the grocery store, the gas station, or shopping on your phone without even getting out of bed. When you get that kind of support with lower fees, great rates, and a team that's fully committed to your success, you win. Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Choose Bradley. Apply today at bradley.edu.
At Bell Tire, it's our biggest sale of the year. A Black Friday sale so massive, it won't fit on just Friday. Starting Thursday the 27th and going all the way through Tuesday, December 2nd, you can save up to $350 on all tires and get 24 months promotional financing on purchases of $2,000 or more with the Bell Tire credit card. Save up to $350 Thursday through Tuesday, only at Bell Tire. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See belltire.com for details.
Make your game day a winner with Aurelio's Pizza, Chicagoland's oldest pizza chain since 1959. This is Joe Aurelio inviting you to indulge in our crispy thin crust, signature sauce, 100% real mozzarella, and your favorite premium toppings like our fresh ground Italian sausage. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Visit Aurelio'sPizza.com for the location nearest you. Download the Aurelio's app and start earning rewards today. Aurelio's Pizza. It's a sauce.
Chicago's home for sports is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Here comes the boom, boom.
Welcome to the Great Clips postgame show on the Bears Radio Network. Brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. By Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, Dr. Pepper, and the Advantage Dealer Group. And now, the Great Clips postgame show on the Bears Radio Network. Here are your hosts, Peggy Kaczynski and John Yurkovich.
A Black Friday win for the Bears is making believers out of folks across the NFL with a win over the NFC East leading Eagles. And let's just put it this way, Yerk. This is a team that was number one in protecting the ball, and the Bears got 2 takeaways. One from Kevin Byard with his NFL-leading 6th interception, and a second by Nashawn Wright
Nice
with
strip.
a forced fumble and a fumble recovery on the tush push for the team's league-leading 26th takeaway. Nashawn Wright gets one of the game balls today.
Yes, stripped quarterback on the push tush. Not bad to get in there because they never know when to call the play dead anyway, right? They never call the damn thing dead. So he went in there, stripped it, and it was the side that was exposed to the referee, the umpire, that could see it from behind. So the play kept going. They went in there. They went into the pile. Wright's the guy that came out of it with there. But you saw the strip. You saw the ball hit the ground. And then there he was, right in the right position. I love it.
Well, and when Jalen Hurts goes off of the left guard by the left tackle there and leaves that side exposed, it was so smart of Wright to come around that end and do a little peanut punch trying to pop that ball out.
He stripped
did.
him. He stripped him, yeah. I don't know if he punched him. He went in, grabbed the damn thing, and stripped it out of his hands.
Yeah, it was a
job.
great heads-up play. Nashawn Wright gets a game ball, as Ben Johnson just told Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer here on the postgame show. And the entire offensive line also get game balls as well. A 281-yard day rushing.
Sure.
It's the first time the Bears have had a pair of 100-yard rushers since 1985.
I'm glad they started to realize exactly what was going to be able to work. Those are tough conditions for any quarterback to play in. Those windy conditions, the football can go anywhere when you put the ball up on the air and the wind starts taking it certain places. The Bears, I think they all realize, listen, we've got this run thing going. Well, let's let the run thing happen. We got running backs here. We got offensive linemen here. Let's just put it in the belly and see where we're going to go with this thing. And it was working. That was the hot hand. I had the hot players. They're Manungai and Swift and Manungai. I don't know if they're thunder and lightning as much as they're lightning and lightning.
Well,
I mean, both of them are a little bit light in the ass for me. I mean, to consider any of them thunder.
You don't think that Kyle Manungai has that
no
fierce ground short yardage?
No, lightning and lightning to me.
Swift is still.
Nobody looks like Jerome Bettis or Derrick Henry in that backfield.
No, that's true.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No, but he does run angry.
That's not happening.
He does run angry, though.
I don't see the Nigerian nightmare back there, Christian Okoye. I don't see that back there. No. Earl Campbell? No. I see lightning and lightning, and I don't mind it. Because thunder always happens when it's lightning. So give me 2 lightnings and a little bit of thunder, and I'm fine.
Yeah, it was a windy day today at the Link, but it was funny because leading up to this game, people were questioning the Bears' record. They were questioning they had the worst. Their opponent's win percentage was the worst of any team above 500. And yet, now they have back-to-back wins against division leaders.
They were the only division leader that didn't have a plus in point differential. Now they're at a +6, so nobody could say that about them anymore either. You've got to win games. This league's about winning games. You win games differently every once in a while. You got whooped early in the year by the Detroit Lions. They put a big point differential on that was going to take a while to overcome. You got beat by 14 by the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to add to the woes of you being able to overcome that. So now you're there. You're in green territory, but none of that matters because victories matter. Wins matter. Wins and losses. I'm looking at the standings, Peg.
Yeah. You like what you see there?
I see 9-3, and the Packers behind 8-3-1. Detroit's going to have to compete against Dallas, it looks like, for a playoff spot. All types in the NFC West, all they do is win. All the NFC West does is win. I've got the Rams down for a win this week. I got the Seahawks down for a win. I got the San Francisco 49ers trying to play a tough one in Cleveland with Myles Garrett and the fellas coming after you. If you thought Brock Purdy could throw the ball in the other team's arm when you had just a decent pass rush coming after you, wait till Myles Garrett gets after you. So I got Frisco on a little bit of a losing end this week, but you're looking at 9-8-8 in that division. That's formidable. That is very formidable. So it's going to be interesting to see the way this thing plays out.
Bears 5-2 now on the road as they hand the NFC East leading Eagles just their second home loss in their last 16 games at Lincoln Financial Field. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will head back out to Philly and hear from Bears quarterback Caleb Williams.
Mitch, you played in the NFL like me. You know how important the red zone is.
Absolutely, Yurko. And in retirement, your red zone is the 5 years before and after you stop working. That's where the game's won.
That's what I tell people. Don't go at it alone. Mitch Lyons Wealth is the team to trust.
We build personalized game plans to help you retire confidently. No guesswork, just strategy.
Visit MitchLyonsWealth.com today. That's Mitch Lyons Wealth.
Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Crash, bang. You know, I've been saying that to Chicago sports fans for the last few seasons. Lisa, why don't you give it a try?
Crash, bang. That's what that feels like.
Of course, personal injuries feel much worse.
They do. That's why the Chicago personal injury and workman's compensation lawyers at Maurice Longo are here for you.
I'm Jim Morisi, and she's Lisa Longo.
Visit us at mauricilongo.com. That's MORICILONGO.com.
We're in your huddle when you need us.
Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, Jan from Toyota here, reminding you Toyota-thon is on. Make your holiday wishes come true with a new Camry, RAV4, Tacoma, and more. All right, let's sing it together this time. Toyota-thon, Toyota.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota-thon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career today. Learn more and apply for admission at illinoisstate.edu/admissions.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Lakeview Insurance Agency in Chicago if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Game day, baby. The grills are fired up. The crew's all here. Tailgate season is in full swing.
And nothing gets the party started like Flight by Yingling.
Crisp, refreshing, and light on calories. Perfect from kickoff to the final whistle.
Whether you're parking lot hopping or posted up at home, Flight's the MVP of your game day lineup.
Football's better with Flight.
America's next generation of light beer. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar. Take Flight.
DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
You all know the 13 reasons to use Windy City to go to Soldier Field, but now there is a 14th, Gate 14. Windy City can drop off and pick up right at the gate. No more trudging in the rain, snow, or cold. Football, concerts, soccer. You will be safe and warm and get home an hour before your friends. Call 866-94-WINDY or WindyCityLimos.com. Tell them the M&M guy sent you.
How about this? We're your home for the new Bears.
I like it. This is the home of your new Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Dahlman sends it back. Pressure coming. Caleb sets the throw. Left side caught. Loveland. First down Bears. The defensive back fell down. Wide open. Nice, easy throw for 7 to Loveland from Caleb Williams. Blankenship, the defender. He slipped and fell, and Loveland gets the first down. They'll put it down at the 30 of Philadelphia.
Peggy and Yurko postgame, ESPN Chicago.
After the Bears' last 5 wins came against backup and struggling quarterbacks Mason Rudolph, J.J. McCarthy, Jackson Dart, Joe Flacco, Spencer Rattler. Today, the Bears beat the Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. And J-Mac is standing by with the winning quarterback, Caleb Williams.
here, Bears quarterback Caleb Williams. Caleb, obviously a big win for you guys. Both Swift and Manungai over 100 yards. First time since 1985 that both running backs went over 100 yards. Why was the run game so dominant today?
Yeah, you got to give kudos to everybody. Coaches obviously throughout the week scheming this short week, and then that's the running back's mentality every single time. It doesn't matter if they go for 100 plus, both of them or one of them. That's their mentality every single time they get the ball. Be explosive, be a powerful back, and the offensive line they've been incredible for us. They've been an incredible group, a very cohesive group, and kudos to them and how hard they work throughout the weeks to make sure they're out there for us, but also out there and playing well, and just on top of their game. And then you can't have these big explosive runs without the wide receivers in the blocking game and run game blocking. And so it's a whole team win and a whole team offensive great run production week and day.
Weather was a big factor, but how much was the wind a factor in the passing game today?
Yeah, it was on and off, and then it was weird gusts that would happen. We kind of figured it out where it was on the field and which direction. Halfway through the game or so, and so then passing started. We started being able to hit some of these passes, and then other than that, just us clicking. We can keep finding ways to be on the same page. There was about 2 or 3 different times. And I think they were all big downs where it's just us being on the same page, and small details or small feel. Maybe it's not something that we practiced or seen, but it's just a feel between myself and the wide receivers and tight ends.
4th and 5, when you guys needed it the most, you came through. You found Cole Kmet for a touchdown. Break down that play for us.
Yeah, big time players make big time plays, and Cole Kmet did just that. He ran a great route. I ended up seeing that they were dropping him, and then they were trying to catch up to him once they realized, and just laid it out there for Cole to go make a great catch for us, and in that big moment. So it was a great momentum play for us, great momentum changer for us, and a big moment for us.
You've heard the narrative, I'm sure. Everybody's saying that you guys haven't played a team with a winning record and all of those things. Yeah. Well, you beat an 8-3 team today, defending Super Bowl champ. What do you got to say about the narrative now?
Yeah, it's been the same. We could care less about any narrative because we can't control who's on our schedule. We know that there's 17 games, and if we focus on being 1-0 each week, at the end of it, we'll be exactly where we want to be, and that's what we've been doing. We don't care about the outside noise. We only care about our guys and our coaches and everything going inside the facility, and we'll keep doing that and keep focusing on us, and we'll keep winning games.
Last question for you. Thanksgiving obviously was a successful trip for you, coming back, getting this win here. What are you most thankful for this season?
Yeah, man, that's a loaded question just because there's so much. Whether it's family, my support system, whether it's the Chicago Bears and it's the training staff, our security, our media team, obviously the players and the coaches. I can keep going, and then other than that, thankful to just be here, be where I am, focus on, being where my feet is, and, trying to lead these guys and, find ways. I'm thankful that I'm able to have a group that I have that, allows me to be myself, but also find ways to better myself for all of us and all of them.
Thanks for your time. Congrats on the win. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, J-Mac, thank you very much. Friday night under the lights at the Link, and we should at least remind everyone that this was a short week for the Bears, and it was a great game plan that they came up with. They were still shorthanded, even though Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon both returned to the lineup. They were still without all 3 starting linebackers and Tyreek Stevenson. A nice team win. Once again, they did what they needed to do in the conditions, on the road, a tough place to get a win.
Absolutely. I mean, the Link, it's a nightmare. The Bears find themselves 5-2 on the road.
Yeah.
That's where they're at right now. 5-2 on the road, 4-2 at home. They got to become road warriors again next week as they go up to play Green Bay. But I feel more confident now than ever that you were going to be able to do that. I didn't have this Philadelphia game on the Bears victory list. I did not. I'm being honest with everybody. Right now, this week in confidence picks, I am 0-4. I have not picked one game correctly Thursday and or Friday. So I'm hoping things get better this weekend. But you go up to Green Bay, if the Bears are going to make the playoffs, 2 victories against Green Bay were on my schedule. That's what I did have down there. And you're going to have to go up to Green Bay where you won last year, so you kind of know what that's like. But you're going to have to go on the road again and become a road warrior and get things done there. And are they capable? Absolutely. The defense stepped up. We don't want to talk about it too much. But when the defense had to get off the field, they were 1 for 7 at some point on third downs. And a lot of that is what Philadelphia was doing, shooting itself in the foot. But listen, when a team wants to screw up, you know what you do sometimes? You stay the hell out of the way and you let them screw up. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is don't get them riled up, let them keep screwing up, and maybe this thing will float by before they wake up and figure out what the hell's going on. And that's fine. You're going to need that defensive effort next week. You're going to need to be able to run the ball again next week. Temperatures are getting colder. Temperatures are cold up there. We're supposed to get punched in the mouth on Saturday. They've canceled the high school championship games for Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Down at Illinois State, they're going to reschedule them and play them sometime. So that to me is a little bit goofy. That's never happened in the 57 years of the IHSAA playoffs. So that's a little bit goofy to me. But I guess they're worried about everybody coming down, driving, getting stuck on the roads if it does get a little bit hectic. So I guess at the end of the day, it makes sense.
This was a statement win for the Bears. It was a statement game going in, and the team that was going to win this game was either going to have gotten it right and straightened out their game, like the Eagles, or proved that they can beat a good team with a Bears win. Well, it was a good statement.
Well, in 2024, the running game you saw by the Chicago Bears was Philadelphia Eagles running game. That's what it was. And then somehow they've kind of morphed, into the Bears have developed the running game. And for one reason or another, Philadelphia has found a way to lose its running game. Fine. Thank heavens. I'm glad the Bears' offensive line is doing it. They are pounding people. They are getting into people. That was a very talented defensive line, especially the interior guys, 90, 98, 97. The guys they went up against had some skill there. The Bears were playing physical on them. They were getting after him. They were getting after him in the middle. That's what I like the best.
It was a nice job offensively. 2 of 3 in the red zone against a defense that does not give up touchdowns in the red zone. It was hard. It wasn't easy, and they made it hard on them, but a nice job. Touchdowns from both running backs and 1 receiving touchdown from Cole Kmet. His 21st receiving touchdown passes Greg Olsen for second most by a Bears tight end, trailing only to coach Mike Ditka. So nice job all the way around. You don't have to look at the numbers and look at and see that Caleb Williams, didn't have big flashy numbers. Jalen Hurts' numbers may have looked better, but that came, in the end of the game when they were basically giving up the field when they wanted to. But boy, the Eagles, a missed point after by Jake Elliott, one of the best kickers in the league. That could have tied the game in the third quarter. A missed 2-point conversion, then the failed onside kick, and then the missed field goal from 52 yards at the end of the game as well. So Bears had to force the Eagles into making some difficult decisions, and the Bears capitalized with 7 points off of their takeaways as well.
Yeah, like I said, when they're shooting themselves in the foot, you just leave them alone and you let them do it.
Yeah. Do you want us to... Let's take a break, and then we will go to the phone lines. We have a lot of people who are very thankful for this Bears season, and we want to hear from you. 312-332-3776. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Welcome to Jackpot Land. This fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month. And earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Get ready for Bolingbrook's Mistletoe Market and create more sparkling memories. Experience the warmth of Bolingbrook and join us for this new holiday tradition filled with festive lights, local vendors, delicious treats, and fun for the whole family. Shop for unique gifts, snap a photo with Santa, and soak in all the holiday cheer. Don't miss the debut of the Bolingbrook Mistletoe Market being held at Bolingbrook Town Center, where the season's magic begins December 6th. Go to bolingbrook.gov for a complete schedule.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Football fans, it's time to check out Advantage Toyota River Oaks. They've got an extensive inventory and a buying experience centered around you. Advantage Toyota values your time. They'll have you driving off in your new Toyota in 60 minutes or less, or they'll make your first car payment. That's right, 60 minutes or less. Start online. Check out Advantage's tools and payment calculators. Search for your new Toyota and stop in today. Restrictions apply. Must mention offer upon arrival before negotiation. Ask dealer for details.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, Busey is dedicated to your financial success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
When your life turns upside down after an accident, you need an advocate like Wallner Law. I'm John Wallner, and for over 50 years, Wallner Law has fought for people just like you, injured, overwhelmed, and searching for answers. We don't just take cases, we take care of people, and we win for you. From car crashes to workplace injuries, Wallner Law stands by your side every step of the way. So call us today, 312-8-MILLION, and win with Wallner.
Compassion is more than just care. It's commitment. At UI Health, your story guides us, shapes us, and inspires us. And we're with you every step of the way. Whether it's your stroke emergency, your cancer journey, or your transplant victory. At UI Health, our care heals. Our care saves. Our care triumphs. Find expert care for your journey at uihealth.care.
It's another exciting game day for Bears fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Bears fans save up to 25 cents per gallon on game days with a fuel rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/bears for full offer details.
Take a trip to Jackpot Land at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play with your rewards card this fall for a share of thousands in prizes each month. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Caleb in the gun, back to his right, Manungai. Two receivers left, motion, DJ Moore. Back to throw, Caleb Seth throws. He dives for the catch. Loveland reaches out and touches somebody. Oh my goodness, a tremendous catch. Puts him down near the 14.
Peggy and Yurko, postgame on ESPN Chicago.
Bears win. They are 9-3 now on the season with 9 days off before their next game as they head to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers, who sit one game behind the Bears in the NFC North with an 8-3-1 record. The Lions are in third with a 7-5 record, followed by the Vikings 4-7 as they travel to Seattle Sunday afternoon in the Pacific Northwest. There we go. Let's go to the phone lines, Eric. Let's hear from some folks who were elated to see the Bears. Not a lot of people had this one down as a win, but it was a good one. Robert's in Iowa. He has been holding on. Hello, Robert.
Hello, Yerk and forgot Peggy.
Yeah, it's Peggy and Yurko.
Yep. Sorry, buddy.
No, you're good.
You know what? I am flabbergasted about this win because it shuts up all these haters and it shuts up people that don't believe in the Bears. This team is a very different team than last year. We have a coach that can guide our quarterback into a good quarterback. We had our ups and downs, but you know what? It's part of football. This is where we have to be right now. We go up to Lambeau and beat them 10-3. No one said that we're going to get 10-3 win. Am I right?
Oh, no. Nobody had that. Nobody had 10-3.
No. I have 10-3 right now. That Green Bay team does not scare me. Jordan Love can have this Sunday, we can annihilate them, how our defense is playing. We didn't have no elite linebackers. We had people that were coming off the street, practice squad.
They're playing well.
They made a name for themselves. Even that right guy, he's a phenomenal corner. He can shut down people. He can shut down Watson. He can shut down Romeo Dobbs. And we can shut down Josh Jacobs. I'm sorry, but this team, lights out. I'm telling you, this team is going to be dangerous in the playoffs. Yeah, we might not go to Super Bowl. You know what? It's one step. Next year, we can talk about Super Bowl.
Robert, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you. I mean, all the way around.
Yeah, the only Super Bowl worth winning is this one.
Yeah.
So,
one game at a time.
yeah, let's get to the playoffs, and then we'll talk. You're only a game out. Only a game out of securing a bye for the first round.
I can't even believe you're saying this.
You're closer to making the playoffs than and being the first round pick than you are to not making the playoffs.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty amazing. If you had told me that the Bears would be 9-3, week 13, lucky number 13 for the Bears at week 13, there's no way I would have believed it, and that they would be in first, trailing the third place Lions. Not looking good.
Yeah, they're back there.
Yeah, not looking good. Let's keep going on the phone lines as we continue. I'll go to Quentin on the west side. Hello, Quentin.
Hello, Peggy. Hey, Yurko. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Great win. The Eagles disintegrated. This is my day off by watching football. I don't go back to work until Sunday morning in the cold, which I'll be wearing my Bears scarf in my work area. I will say this once, I will say it again. I ain't afraid of the Packers. Packers, you're next. We're going to win all of our 5 games. Division title, 14-3. Watch.
Quentin, thank you very much. Let's keep going. In Wilmington, we find Derek up next. Hi, Derek.
Hi, thank you. Wilmington, 2A state champs, ground and pound, just like the Bears did today. Do it all the way to the Super Bowl. Just keep it going. And I want to shout out all the parents of Wilmington for hosting and doing such a great job for the players throughout the entire playoffs. And here's a fun fact. 0 passing yards, 0 passing attempts, ground and pounded all the way to the championship. Go Wilmington Wildcats, baby. Let's go!
All right. Welcome into the Wilmington postgame show here on the Chicago Bears radio network.
He did congratulate the Bears and said he likes it because they do ground and pound.
Ground and pound it. Yeah, he did do the tie-in there.
Yeah, a little bit there.
But this is a nice time to remind everyone, talking about high school football, as Yurko said in the last segment, the IHSA has postponed tomorrow's 4 state championship games. They were supposed to be played in Bloomington Normal?
Yes.
In Bloomington Normal.
Illinois State University.
Due to the winter storm that is expected, stay off the roads. It's supposed to start sometime overnight and go for a good 12 hours at least tomorrow.
Yeah.
So but right now we're here to talk about the Bears and the Bears win.
Yeah.
And the Bears' big win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Armand is in Ohio. Hello, Armand.
Peggy and Yurko, I love you guys. You're the best.
We love you.
Listen, the best entertainment money can buy. I will have to say, I think we're dangerous. If we get in the playoffs, which I think we are, but we're not just this scrappy little team now. We've shown we can beat you in any ways. Is it special teams? Is it defense? Is it offense? We're a dangerous team, and I think it's all because of Ben Johnson. He reminds me of that early New England Bill Belichick, where it's like, hey, they just found ways to get it done. They had a young quarterback, and they just won it with defense, offense, a little bit of everything. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you feeling that kind of vibe?
He's definitely instilled confidence in this team, Yurko. I mean, take us back a year ago. What were we talking about a year ago? That Matt Eberflus had just gotten fired.
Yeah, the
day after Thanksgiving.
First time the Bears ever fired a coach in the middle of a season. And that was the storyline.
They were in, the fifth of a 10-game losing skid, and we thought, here we go again.
And then we started thinking about, A, who's the coach going to be, and then 2, where the Bears going to be drafting.
Right.
That's exactly it. And then when they beat Green Bay up in Green Bay, I was like, why? Why? We could have picked earlier. Why? But either way, it all worked out, so we don't have any issues now, and I've got no problems.
And Ben Johnson was on the other side of the field at that Thanksgiving Day game. Did not take the bait earlier this week when he was asked about last year at this time, knowing that that game.
He was coaching Detroit until, he was the offense coordinator for a 15-2 football club.
When Matt Eberflus kept his timeouts in his pocket, and the somehow, some way, Ben Johnson picked the Bears. He wanted to come to Chicago. He wanted to be the Bears' next head coach. He is. The Bears have won 9 of their last 10 games. They are 9-3 right now. A 5-game win streak, coming off of a 4-game win streak earlier this season. They were shorthanded. They've been shorthanded, and yet they're still finding ways. He's put together a great staff behind him. The guys are playing for him.
And, I mean, at some point, you've got to give credit to the pro personnel guys that have been able to find depth and been able to find players when everybody's kind of been going down the tubes here, and guys have been spending some time on injured reserve and have not been able to play or been available. Somebody's calling the right shots and bringing at least guys in here that the coaches can work with and get them trained up and get them situated and ready to play in games. And it hasn't been a problem. I mean, I'd prefer to have Edmonds back there. I'd prefer to have TJ Edwards there, Noah Sewell, guys that are there all the time. I mean, that would be my theoretical preference. But these guys are finding a way to do it. So good for these guys. They've been able to step up. And if you put enough film on there, and you put enough good tape on there, somebody's going to want you no matter what. There's 32 teams in the league. Everybody's looking for good players, so good for all those guys.
Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon return for this game. We're not too much of a factor in this game. Jaquan Brisker was the leading tackler today with 5 solo tackles. Kevin Byard had the interception. He was also had 4 tackles as well. Nashawn Wright had the forced fumble and the recovery. He also had 4 tackles. And then a group of players with 2 tackles. They did what they needed to do. They didn't have to do anything special, but boy, this is also a team that does not turn the ball over. And to get 2 takeaways against this team says something about the will of some of these Bears defenders. Let's take another break. When we come back, more of your phone calls. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
This is the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago, WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey guys, it's Mitch Lyons with Mitch Lyons Wealth. You hear Yurko, the good kid, talk about me all the time. And yes, I did play in the NFL. But to be honest, these days, I'm more into spreadsheets than playbooks, and I'm solely focused on making sure my clients win retirement. Look, retirement's not about gambling on stocks or chasing crypto tips from your brother-in-law. It's about smart planning, steady income, and ultimately enjoying every day like it's Saturday. So if you want less guessing and more confidence, visit MitchLyonsWealth.com.
Hey, Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffel is a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. Just opened their newest furniture and mattress superstore in Maryville Plaza in Maryville, Indiana. That makes 7 Chicagoland locations with the best selection, unbeatable value, and styles for every space and budget. Plus, they're 100% employee-owned. That's a local pride you can feel good about. Shop in-store or online anytime at steinhoffels.com.
Oh, baby, did you see that play?
The mood in here is unbeatable.
Nothing beats game day energy.
And the perfect pairing for it all? Flight by Yingling.
Crisp, refreshing, and light on calories.
Whether you're posted up at the bar or watching with the crew, Flight by Yingling keeps the flavor bold and the vibe light. Flight by Yingling.
Football's better with Flight.
America's next generation of light beer.
Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar, Chicago.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, Jan from Toyota here, reminding you Toyota-thon is on. Make your holiday wishes come true with a new Camry, RAV4, Tacoma, and more. All right, let's sing it together this time. Toyota-thon, Toyota.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota-thon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Imagine having your skull detached from your spine to save you from paralysis. When Phil came to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, his spine was digging into his brainstem, but our team developed a plan to rebuild his spine.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Medicine is pioneering treatments for the toughest conditions. Incredibly, Phil was walking just days after surgery.
As Phil's nurse, I'm proud to be on a team that's changing lives.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
For the first time ever, the average age of a first-time homebuyer is in their 30s. We believe that it's still something all should aspire to. At Hearthside Realty, we work every day to make the dream of homeownership a reality for you. We know the communities we serve, and we provide the diversity of staff to help you every step of the way. And we're licensed in Illinois and Indiana. Start your journey at lennyfile.com. I'm Lenny File, and I go the extra mile. Visit lennyfile, that's FEIL.com today.
This is the home for every Bears game.
Touchdown! Touchdown Bears!
ESPN Chicago.
Snap out of the gun. Bears are blitzing. Here comes Gardner Johnson in the face of the quarterback. Hurts. And a dive and an incomplete pass. Great coverage by Brisker on the tight end Goddard. Well-timed. C.J. Gardner Johnson reintroducing himself to his former teammate Jalen Hurts on the blitz. Well covered front and back. And the Bears are going to get the ball in the opening possession of this second half. It's a 3-and-out. Hurts with a trio to the right. Tight end left. Play fake. Pressure coming. Billings pressuring. Hurts coming to the near side, running it. Now throws late. Downfield. Diving interception. Bears have taken it. It's Kevin Byard. The Philadelphia connection with Byard and Swift. And they're going to celebrate. 3rd and 1. Tush push time. First of the day. The Eagles on the snap. Hurts. Not a lot of movement.
Right.
Not a lot of movement. And the Bears feel good about it at the moment.
They'll repeat it if they didn't get it.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. Bears are saying it's their football. Are they coming up with a football? Let's see. Let's see. This would be a monumental play.
Monster play.
Monster. Come on.
Bears ball.
Bears have taken it away.
Ball.
Oh, my goodness.
It was
Deshaun Wright.
Yeah, pulled it out of there and recovered. Yeah, the playmaker made a monumental play. Some Midwestern muscle right there, baby.
Peggy and Yurko, post game on ESPN Chicago.
Shawnee Wright, that's right. He had the forced fumble and the fumble recovery on the tush push. That is the Bears' 26th takeaway of the season, leading the NFL. Kevin Byard before him with another interception, his NFL leading 6th pick of the year. And the Bears lead the NFL with 17 interceptions. The Bears' defensive backs, our advantage of the game. That's right. The Bears DBs are our advantage of the game. Every game we give you the Bears advantage, and then we open up the phone lines later on in the show, ask you to recall what was the Bears advantage of the game. The caller that correctly states what it was is entered to win a 2026 Chevy Trax. Again, the Bears advantage of the game today, the Bears defensive backs. And it wasn't Jalen Johnson and it wasn't Kyler Gordon, though both returned today. A guy like Nashawn Wright, who has been given the opportunity to step in. Today, Tyreek Stevenson was out, so Nashawn Wright started on Tyreek's side of the field. And once again, the playmaker comes up with another big play. It was a great play. Defense, very opportunistic.
That's what they were about. Again, they were in vicinity to make plays. A.J. Brown, the only guy that really took advantage of anything, and it was right in the middle of the field. It happened in the first quarter. It happened toward the half. It happened a little in the third. And it definitely happened on one of the final drives where they ended up scoring that touchdown. So sometimes over the middle, he was on the perimeter where he ended up coming back on 2 balls that were underthrown that I think the Bears got to do a little bit of improvement on with their corners on that kind of day to get that head around, see the football, and then go back to the football if you have to. But, you know, good for the Philadelphia Eagles for what they did, and congratulations to the Bears on the wonderful defense that they played.
Michael is in South Carolina. Hello, Michael. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
How you doing? Enjoy the show. You guys are great. Peggy, love you. You're the best. I got to say, as I'm watching the game, I felt pride. I was proud. I was born and raised in Chicago. After I retired, left, moved to South Carolina. I can wear my Bears swag again with pride, for sure.
And you should be proud because for most of the first half of this season, people were questioning this Bears team and people didn't believe in the wins. But now, 9-3, the Bears got people believing again.
Yep. Don't stop believing.
Absolutely.
Peggy.
Absolutely. So proud of these guys. They're doing great. Just love them. And one last thing, Yerk, put your shoes on. Just do it for Peg.
They're off already. I mean, it's like stunning. It's like literally before you said it, I just dropped them off. Now I'm rubbing my toes together and my feet, just
Lord.
getting the itch off of them.
Oh, Lord.
I got the ick.
Keep it up. You guys are great. You're the best. I appreciate you.
Michael, thank you. Have a wonderful holiday season. We appreciate that. Let's keep going on the phone lines. Sean is in St. Charles. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
Hang on. There you go, Sean. Hi, Sean.
What happened?
Sean?
Oh, no, Sean got...
There you go. Hi, Sean.
Here.
Yeah. We got you.
Hey, you're going, Peggy. I want to give props to the O-line. Not only the O-line,
All right,
Sean,
he's in a submarine,
yeah.
unfortunately, and tight end and the receivers, I'm sure. You want to give credit because it took all the fellas out there blocking and be able to get guys into the secondary. So thank you, Sean, from St. Charles. Go to the other Sean. That might have been in Little Village. That might have been the other Sean.
There you go. Okay, Sean in Little Village. Hi, Sean. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, how are you doing? I was so confused. So I just want to use the radio to first apologize to my wife. I was a doubter, and I did get mad at her because she was like, you're being a hater. And I thought, I'm not going to lie, I thought they were going to blow it. But they proved me wrong. First running back pair since 1985. Definitely, this is a different Bears team, and I'm definitely excited. And I'm also a Chicago Fire fan, and I think our city is on the up. So definitely it's a different feel this year.
Thank you, Sean. Montez Sweat said that earlier this week as well. When asked about the feeling in the Bears locker room, he said it's a different team. It's a different team. It's a different feeling inside that locker room, and they know that they've only tipped the iceberg as to what this team is capable of doing. They haven't played a complete game from all three phases where you walked away and you said, wow, they just dominated. Although today, they dominated on the ground.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good.
They did.
At some point, we're going to need that air arsenal to come with us, and we'll still give you some time, though. Got a little bit of time before the arsenal comes with us.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to bring up anything negative after such a good win.
Then don't. I mean, we all know what it is. We all saw it. We all know what it might be.
Luther Burden was your Bears' leading wideout. Cole Kmet was your leading receiver today, catching all three targets his way for 36 yards. Luther Burden had 33 yards. Colston Loveland, again, the two tight ends getting it done. He had 28 yards. Olamide Zacchaeus, two of his three targets his way for 19 yards.
Olamide.
DJ Moore, 2 for 17 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Roma Dunze, 2 of 6 for 8 yards.
Ooh, yowza.
What's going on?
I don't know. I do not know. I wish I did.
Wow.
Maybe we should ask Joe. Let's
Who's
give Joe
Joe?
his pappy.
That's not his dad's name,
I thought it was Joe Dunze. Is it not? Isn't that his? Isn't it its handle at Joe Dunze?
Oh, is
I thought it was.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but maybe we should ask his pappy. He's got all the answers.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Let's keep going on the phone lines.
He's the one that mouthed off earlier this year.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
All right.
Steven is in Detroit. Hi, Steven.
Hey, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I've complained about Ben Johnson kind of getting away from the run game at times in the game. And, in the middle of the game, I don't know if he was trying to prove a point or something, but it was pretty bad because, they kind of got away from the run. And finally, after that tush push, they finally stopped messing around and went back to the run game with Manungai. And thankfully,
Steven, they had 281 yards rushing. He was also trying to.
That was before the tush push, and then after that, they started to.
Did you hear what Ben Johnson said? Ben Johnson said he realized he was trying to get the passing game going, and he realized that it just wasn't there.
The weather was pretty bad for that today, unfortunately.
Yes. So let's not be Debbie Downers today, okay?
I know, but okay. And at least, now what the Bears are 9-3, I feel very good that we don't have to watch college football and then also tankathon and look at the Bears draft position and think, okay, this guy is going to help the Bears next season. And so far, at least I can watch the college football without that, frustration and anger. So at least right now with the defense, I'm so happy that, even without a sack, they really pressured Jalen Hurts all day. And I'm so excited that if they get a better pass rusher and then even a linebacker because of the depth issue with all the injuries, I think that next year the Bears will hopefully carry, the defense will carry their weight, because I know the offense is doing all the heavy work right now, and they should. After all these years, we were watching the Bears defense carry when the offense couldn't. So, I'm so happy that they're 9-3. Still a lot of issues, but I think they're fine. Ben Johnson took off his shirt, so free hot dogs.
You killed me there, Steven. You went all over the board on everything.
Took the shirt
there.
off and got free wieners?
I was going to just break that to everybody that Ben Johnson did it. He took his shirt off in the post-game locker room. He went Magic Mike on everyone against the Godfather, Vic Fangio. Magic Mike does it in the Bears locker room celebration, and the Wiener Circle has confirmed hot dogs for free on Tuesday. Listen up. Or not. You want to pretend to be Ben Johnson taking his shirt off?
Yeah, I'm so excited we won. I'm getting naked.
Shakalaka. Magic Mike?
You know what happens when I take my shirt off, right?
I really don't want to know.
I bring milkshakes to the yard. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Free milky shakes. Delicious. Yeah. But
what would
Tuesday,
it take? What would it take?
We have free wieners.
What would it take?
No, nothing. They're never going to happen.
What would it take?
Maybe if I had my summer tan, because tan fat looks much better than pale fat. Trust me when I say it. That's a true statement right there.
Is it hairy?
I'm not going to say it. Is it hairy?
Is your belly hairy? I should say.
I gotta. Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah. No.
I need to clarify that.
I mean, geez, maybe that's where Carmen's soundbite needs to come
it's
out.
Like a lion's tail.
I know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, there was one theoretically would describe me as the hairier of the species. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially the keister hair, Peggy.
You've never.
You don't want to be a part of that.
I'm not talking about the keister. I was talking about the belly.
Everywhere.
Have you ever got it waxed?
Especially. No, I do clip it, though. I'm a clipper. I got clippers.
With like a razor.
Like I shear it. No. Razor is shaving. Clipping is you take a clipper and you just take it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't. Listen, what you don't want to do is take the hair out along the body because then you get ingrown hairs everywhere and it becomes a problem. You don't want that. You just clip it down. Trust me, I've had to sweep up more. It's like a barber's chair in my bathroom sometimes.
It looks like
it's like a barber shop. It's like, what in the hell's going on here?
It's like a sheep. It's like a sheep is in your bathroom.
Oh, if I ever clip my keister, though, but I can't even tell you. There'd be hair there from 1974. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
So, Mike.
We're talking about victories here. Look where you've taken us.
It's a free Wiener Tuesday
at the
surprised. Wiener Circle because Ben Johnson took his shirt off in the post-game locker room.
Peggy.
Bears not only beat the Eagles, but they are atop the NFC North for the second straight week and second now in the NFC.
I think
yes, my hairy friend.
Every second Monday at St. Andrew the Apostle School, we had hot dog day.
Yeah, we had that too.
So, I mean, that was always fun, and nobody loved a wiener more than the kids at St. Andrew the Apostle School. I'll tell you that for sure. We'd line up. Give me a wiener with the works. And they dragged it through the garden, Peggy. I'm telling you. You got everything. Ketchup, mustard. You got no tomatoes, but they give you a sport pepper and some relish. It was delicious. I don't know how they did it at Our Lady of Guadalupe. What school did you go to?
I went to Immaculate Conception.
Infant Jesus Prague, IJP.
No, I went
there?
No, I went to IC.
Did you
the
go
Immaculate Conception,
did
December 8th.
Did you go to Elizabeth Seton High School?
No, I went to Resurrection.
My cousins went to Elizabeth Seton. They loved it there.
I went to Resurrection. Mm-hmm. First the Immaculate Conception and then the Resurrection.
Oh, I see. Wonderful. You got it all.
Yeah, I do. All right. Yeah. Can we please take a break? Because
sure.
Just the image.
Good Friday's a big day for you.
Of you. But it's a free Wiener Tuesday.
You got that right.
We'll be right back.
Advantage Dealer Group makes car buying simple and fast with their 60-minute guarantee. They know the process starts online, so every one of their dealerships is designed with your experience in mind. Browse the wide selection of new and used vehicles at Advantage Chevy, Toyota, and Acura. Use their payment calculators, explore financing options, and stop by. They value you and your time, getting you in and out with your new car in 60 minutes or less. Advantage Dealer Group, where car buying fits your schedule.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood, or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe. Amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. Just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
In football, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, they save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut, delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career today. Learn more and apply for admission at illinoisstate.edu/admissions.
If you're turning 65 or new to Medicare, Humana might just have the health plan you're looking for. Our Medicare Advantage plans offer coverage and care you can count on. You could get a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
In Chicago, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And when the Bears hit the field, there's only one drink that brings the flavor, Dr. Pepper. It's bold, it's original, it's the best 23 flavors in football. So whether you're cheering in the stadium, tailgating in the lot, or yelling from afar, make sure you've got Dr. Pepper in hand. Go Bears, and drink up. It's a pepper drink.
Property managers and GCs use FinishingChicago.com's contractors for finishes and protective coatings in the most iconic venues, interior spaces, and essential infrastructure. Our painters apply industry-leading commercial and industrial finishes inside and out, so your biggest assets always put their best square footage forward. FinishingChicago.com has your free list of painting, wall covering, glass systems, drywall finishing, and signage contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
You know that sound, and you better get used to it. Because when you bank with Consumers Credit Union, you've got people cheering for you everywhere you go. CCU is a not-for-profit owned entirely by its members, so we truly have your best interests at heart. Even better, we welcome everyone. When you get lower fees, great rates, and a team that's always got your back, you win. Visit the new myconsumers.org. Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner. Insured by NCUA.
Chicago's home for sports is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Snap out of the gun. Bears are blitzing. Here's this handoff. A little draw up the middle and to the right into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, DeAndre Swift. The Philadelphia native gets the first points of the day. And the Bears lead at 6-0, capping the drive with a 3-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. Terrific block by Jonah Jackson away at the 25-30. Manungai to the 35. Manungai 40. Mighty Manungai to the 45-yard line. Huge run. And the Bears' best thing today offensively is the ground game.
Peggy and Yurko, post-game on ESPN Chicago.
The Bears running backs combine for 255 yards rushing, 268 yards from scrimmage. Kyle Manungai, 22 carries, 130 yards, a 5.9 yard per carry average, including a 31-yarder, a touchdown. DeAndre Swift from Philadelphia had 18 carries for 125 yards, an average of 6.9 yards per carry, also a touchdown for him as well, and a 23-yard long. The running backs are finding the great. It's brought to you by Great Clips. At Great Clips, they save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. Download their app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great. I called them Thunder and Lightning because the people in our friends in Philadelphia were fearing thunder and lightning along with the wind today at Lincoln Financial Field, calling Kyle Manungai thunder and DeAndre Swift lightning. But you said you don't think Kyle Manungai is thunder. He's not the
lightning and lightning. That's where I have them both. I mean, listen.
We need nicknames for them.
I don't know what they fear out there. I know sometimes I think they fear intelligent thought, but I don't hold it against them. Okay, all I know is that you've got two backs that nobody would ever describe as somebody that would be thunderous, like Warwick Dunn and Mike Allstott. Thunder and lightning. That makes a lot of sense. but you got two guys that are basically identical. I mean, you've got to then just go with what you have, and it's no big deal. It's okay. We got lightning and lightning. That's what we have. Two different versions of lightning, but of the same thing nonetheless. And it's okay.
Is there another form of lightning instead of calling it lightning?
Well, there's air-to-air lightning.
Cameroonian.
There is.
So he's not a Nigerian nightmare, but he's
lovely.
Cameroonian.
Yeah, you'd have to come up with something there. The Cameroonian what? What are you going to kick it off with? I don't think you have it yet, but maybe we could brainstorm around it and try to figure it out. But there is air-to-air lightning, Peggy. Lightning that you just see air in the air, boom, and then there's the air-to-ground lightning. So there is different types of lightning out there. But I don't think that's something that we could utilize either in this type of situation. I know what thunder looks like. I felt thunder out on a football field before. I know what it looks like, getting trampled over and have somebody put his foot in my chest as they gained an extra 6 yards. That's thunder. That's thunder. Most packs are lightning. It's the rarities to find a thunder also.
Speaking of thunder and lightning, there is a winter storm watch out for our listening audience here in the Chicagoland area. 6 to 10 inches of snow is expected. If you are traveling this Thanksgiving weekend, please be safe, be smart. The IHSA has postponed tomorrow's 4 state championship games due to the storm that is expected. It is expected to be treacherous travel conditions, so please be very careful. Make some smart decisions. If you don't have to leave, don't. We'll be on tomorrow morning, Peggy and Dion. We'll keep you entertained, whether it's thunder and lightning.
Right. That's right.
I mean, we're not going to do any Magic Mike moments like Ben Johnson, but Dion and I will keep you entertained tomorrow morning from 11 to 1 here on the flagship station, ESPN 1000.
Speaking of thunder, I've seen thunder down under. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an all-male review, Peggy. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those. Or a Chippendales.
You've seen it?
I happen to be making a delivery, you know?
Do tell.
Yeah, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. But I do think I made eye contact with a young man. Wasn't intentional, I promise you that.
Did you, as soon as you realized you made eye contact, your eyes darted another direction?
He may have been smitten by Johnny Handsome. That guy would only be human. He would only be human if that happened.
Especially if you had taken your shirt off.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Again, the bonus, Peggy.
I mean, that would be one hairy moment.
Oh, it would be, yes.
Let's keep going on the phone lines.
That would be when Harry met Sally.
Hello.
And everybody else.
Hello, Anthony.
No, fuck Harry. No, we're going back to Harry. Hold
on. Anthony.
Yes.
Talk to us here.
Hey. The tush push at the 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 where Wright stripped the ball, that's huge.
Oh, yeah, big.
That's a game changer.
Absolutely.
It's a game changer.
That's a backbreaker.
You're a beaut. I love you guys. I listen to ESPN Radio all day, every day. Now you got my dog.
Beautiful.
But love you guys.
Thank you, Anthony.
Get him a treat. Get him a biscuit, a liver snap. Give him something.
Yeah, he'll get a biscuit. We'll be fine.
Beautiful.
I know. That was Anthony. Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday. Let's keep going on the phone lines. Mark is in Lakeview. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, hi. This is Mark from Lakeview. Thanks for taking the call. I'm here for the weekend from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Welcome aboard, my
fabulous.
friend. Welcome aboard.
Urlacher country, but I'm born in Chicago. Let me tell you, Peggy, you asked about being thankful. Let me start out by saying I'm thankful for you and your co. And you guys are terrific, and I'm thankful for the entire ESPN 1000 crew. I listen to you guys every day, and you bring me joy and happiness and smiles and knowledge, and I thank you so much.
Mark, that is so kind of you to tell us that.
You're
Thank
so
you.
sweet. Thank you.
Sometimes we wonder if anyone's listening.
You ever been to New Mexico?
Yes, I have it, actually.
Albuquerque, they got like the balloons. They got a balloon festival there.
Yes, they do have the balloon
air
festival.
balloons.
Yeah.
They put them up in the air.
Yeah, that's
Lovely.
what air balloons do.
It's very picturesque, yeah.
Yes, because they're colorful.
You know, 99% of them end up going up.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, I'm not.
Stop.
I mean, if we want to talk about it.
Out to Aurora we go. Hello, Ryan.
Peggy, good kid. Good to talk to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
I'm calling because I want to finally give listen to somebody give Dennis Allen his flowers. We've just spent weeks without some of our top defensive players, and people like my buddy Derek references the Eds, Tremaine Edmonds and T.J. Edwards.
Yep.
And here we are holding some of these high potent offenses to basically nothing. I'd like to see D.A. finally get his flowers.
All right, well, congratulations go out to Dennis Allen for getting his guys prepared, even though they're undermanned and they had substitutions coming in. They found a way to get it done.
They held the Eagles to 87 yards on the ground. Saquon Barkley, this was not his big breakout game.
No.
13 carries for 56 yards. Jalen Hurts had 31 yards rushing as well, and that was it for the Eagles. 87 yards on the ground. Dennis Allen has done a really nice job of dialing up some nice schemes.
Yes.
And to keep Jalen Hurts guessing what they were doing, he really dialed up the pressure late in the game, although that is when they gave up a lot of yards in the air.
Well, that's because they soften it up at the end because you've got the lead. You want to bleed the time more than you want to do anything else. Don't give up the big play. Force them to execute on a number of different plays, and when you lighten the coverage up, that has a tendency to happen. Tackle them inbounds, which is what the Bears did. Tackle them inbounds, get that off the clock. They forced them to use the timeouts when they had the ball. Everything was coming up roses for the Chicago Bears.
It was so bad at Lincoln Financial Field. The Philly fans...
The Fanatics?
Were walking out.
Oh, yeah.
With 6 minutes left in the game.
Santa Claus left.
Santa left.
Santa left, and Santa was not happy. The Grinch stayed. But shockingly enough, the Grinch was happy because he was miserable and everybody else was miserable.
And so he likes when they're miserable.
Deep down inside, he was,
I see what you're saying.
He found joy in that.
I see what you're saying.
Which is crazy.
It was sad to see Santa leave.
Yeah.
But that must have been Santa who was an Eagles fan and not a Bears fan, because this Santa here in Chicago was very happy.
Jumping for joy. There was a Mr. and Mrs. Santa that stuck around.
Oh.
And because everybody left so early, I'm sure they just simply said, we might as well stick around and get one of the cheap beers at the end of the game because the traffic's going to be a nightmare trying to get the hell out of here.
Right? Just walk down, get better seats.
Yeah.
You know, watch the Bears celebrate on your turf where you only lost one game in the last 15. Yeah. Nice win on the road for the Bears today. Let's take a break. Hey, if you remember what our advantage of the game was, then feel free to give us a call at 312-332-3776. Don't forget, whoever gets this one correct, you will be put in the hopper to win a Chevy Trax. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more of your phone calls. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
$2.5 million. The Veroliak Law Group wins again for their clients. That's right. The Veroliak Law Group recovered $2.5 million for a client who experienced medical malpractice. If you're a victim of medical malpractice, make sure to call the Veroliak Law Group. Hey, this is Yurko. You all know I played professional football and I've been on the radio for many years. I've had the chance to endorse a lot of products and companies, but I've always believed in only backing the ones I truly trust. And now I get to endorse a company owned by close friends, the Veroliak Law Group. They've been helping people for over 60 years, even some of my friends and neighbors. Just like choosing an experienced doctor, you want skilled lawyers by your side. With $9 billion recovered and 40,000 clients served, they're proven experts in personal injury, accidents, wrongful death, and more. Call my friends at 8444-VLG-LAW. The Veroliak Law Group will do great for you, too. Call 844-4VLG-LAW.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends December 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, and I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $450 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sautéed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $450 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through January 31st, 2026.
Hey football fans, it's Adam Colopy with the Village of Bedford Park. Just like a winning team needs great players, your business needs the right support to succeed. And that's exactly what you'll find in Bedford Park. Our team works hard to block obstacles, open lanes, and help drive your business into the end zone. Plus, we offer a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Ready to move the chains for your business? Contact me, Adam Colopy, at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
Hey Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of the Chicago Bears, and this season, they're teaming up with Special Spaces Illinois to create dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. Every time the Bears defense causes a false start at home, Steinhoffels donates $1,000 to Special Spaces Illinois. Steinhoffels, now with 7 locations, has Chicagoland's largest selection of furniture and mattresses, all styles, every budget, and they're 100% employee-owned. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is the home for every Bears game.
Touchdown! Touchdown Bears!
ESPN Chicago.
Ball on the 28. Snap to Caleb. Fakes to Swift. Rolling to his left. Being chased. Gonna throw deep. He's got Kmet over the shoulder. End zone. Touchdown Bears! Touchdown Cole Kmet! What a play call by Ben Johnson! And a throw perfectly timed. Caleb to Cole. Bears extend the lead. 23-9. 6:19 to go.
Peggy and Yurko postgame. ESPN Chicago.
A few weeks ago, the Wiener Circle had challenged Ben Johnson to take his shirt off. And if he did in the post-game locker room celebration, it would be free hot dogs for everyone. He didn't do it. And we said, you got to wait until the time is right. Well, they beat the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles after a series of wins over struggling quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks. They beat the Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts. And today, in handing out the game balls, Ben Johnson went Magic Mike.
Hell yeah!
Man, I'm so proud of you guys. We took a short week. You took no shortcuts. We talked about the team that made more mistakes was going to lose that game. You guys didn't do it. You played your best ball for 60 minutes. Well done. Well done. Well done. All right, hey, there's a number of performances here that we got to talk about, but I'm only going to give out 2 game balls right now, all right? Give me the first one. Listen, this guy really should have had it for the last 3 weeks, and I've been wrong. I've been wrong, all right? But Shawnee, talk about turning the game. You're playing football.
Man, I appreciate all y'all. The organization, polls, everybody that allowed me to come here and do what I do best. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
You're a ball player, boy. Ball player.
And like KG said, this only matter from this point forward. So Let's keep it going.
Keep going. Man, we got a couple backs that ran their asses off today. But let me tell you something. It does not get done without this offensive line.
Back, that's how we want it. Hey, let's enjoy this one, man. Let's get ready. Check on Green Bay. Let's do it.
I know you guys are hungry for more, right? It's it. Let me tell you something. The city of Chicago is hungry too.
It never gets old. It never gets old. Free
times.
wieners at the Wiener Circle on Tuesday.
Man, I'll tell you, Sylvie is happy.
On Tuesday, we need to send somebody there to pick up hot dogs for all of us, right? Or will they not?
You can't. You
can only get
they
one
won't
per
give 10
person?
to like one person. Yeah,
Damn.
It's 1 for 1. That's all you get there.
I don't eat hot dogs, but I would eat one in
Would you?
celebration of the Bears' 9-3
Tuesday, I'll have
win.
a couple of chili dogs when I go get my massage.
Oh Lord,
Love a chili dog.
you cannot do that before a massage.
I told you I did. I already do.
What
it.
happens
It's
when
never a
they
problem.
massage that
Never
hairy
a
ass
problem.
of yours?
I mean, what? I mean, what in the world is wrong
Seriously,
with you? What is wrong with you?
Well, you told us it's hairy.
Yeah, but she uses a lotion, and the lotion is
And there's a sheet over it.
Takes it through it. It takes it through it.
Yeah,
No.
do you get a little bit? Does the hair get
you gotta,
static cling on
what you
your
gotta
backside?
understand is when she uses it, there's a sheet on me. When she's
Yes.
gonna massage my back, she takes it to the waist.
Right.
She's massaging one of my legs. She
What
pins
about
it under my
your glutes?
abdominal region. Yeah, hold on. And then she takes the sheet over to cover the leg.
Correct, I know.
The right leg and keeps the left leg open.
Yes.
Then she switches it for the right leg and the left. No, she gets an elbow in the glutes. An elbow
An
in the
elbow.
glutes, yeah.
Damn, that must go all the way down to her shoulder.
Well, I don't know what. I mean, you've lost your mind. You have lost your mind. Honest to heavens. She said she feels like when she's massaging my keister like a lion on the Serengeti. Walking through the tall grass where the Maasai roam. She has said that before. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what that exactly means. I'm assuming grasslands. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what
So
you're talking
Ben
about.
Johnson gave game balls out to Shawnee Wright with his forced fumble and fumble recovery on that tush push. Speaking of
tush push.
I think you need to say that when
man.
your masseuse is back there, you
Moon
gotta,
River.
let's call it the tush push.
Like, what's going on back there?
And the offensive line gets it for the Bears as the Bears rush for 281 yards today.
You ever been in prison, Doc?
The offensive line, the quietest group of guys on the team, Jonah Jackson was the one who accepted it and
Nice.
basically said, all right, guys, thank you. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it continue.
And then the shirt came off
Right.
from Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's wieners for everyone on Tuesday.
Why not?
When we come back, the verdict, and it's going to be more than you're hairy.
I don't know what the hell.
And I'm not
What
Sally.
has happened today?
The Bears won.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Choose Bradley. Apply today at bradley.edu.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood, or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe. Amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino Northern Indiana, just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
In football, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, they save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut, delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Mitch, you played in the NFL like me. You know how important the red zone is.
Absolutely, Yurko. And in retirement, your red zone is the 5 years before and after you stop working. That's where the game's won.
That's what I tell people. Don't go at it alone. Mitch Lyons Wealth is the team to trust.
We build personalized game plans to help you retire confidently. No guesswork, just strategy.
Visit MitchLyonsWealth.com today. That's Mitch Lyons Wealth.
Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
This is Courtney Cronin, talking with two of Chicago's top personal injury lawyers, Julio Costa and Anthony Iavone of Costa Iavone.
See that? The name works. Keeping it simple.
Well, of course, it's your last names.
But the real point is that we can keep it simple because we are Chicagoans and our clients are Chicagoans. We know the city and we have a strong sense of the Chicagoland clients we represent.
And that puts them at ease right from the start.
Bingo. Bottom line, we get you, and we're here when you need us.
Costa Iavone. Keep our number in your phone.
708-4million.
At Bell Tire, it's our biggest sale of the year. A Black Friday sale so massive, it won't fit on just Friday. Starting Thursday the 27th and going all the way through Tuesday, December 2nd, you can save up to $350 on all tires and get 24 months promotional financing on purchases of $2,000 or more with the Bell Tire credit card. Save up to $350 Thursday through Tuesday, only at Bell Tire. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See BellTire.com for details.
Make your game day a winner with Aurelio's Pizza, Chicagoland's oldest pizza chain since 1959. This is Joe Aurelio inviting you to indulge in our crispy thin crust, signature sauce, 100% real mozzarella, and your favorite premium toppings like our fresh ground Italian sausage. Dine in, carry out, or have it delivered. Visit AureliosPizza.com for the location nearest you. Download the Aurelio's app and start earning rewards today. Aurelio's Pizza. It's a sauce.
Advantage Chevrolet Hodgkins, your connection to your new Chevy. Drive home in less than 60 minutes or they'll make your first car payment. See them in Hodgkins or visit AdvantageChevrolet.com.
Restrictions apply. Ask dealer for details.
Postgame. More Bears talk coming up. ESPN Chicago.
The Cameroon animal is the lion, so maybe Kyle Manungai becomes the lion.
Could be.
We need a verdict, my friend.
I've got it. Injured in a truck or car accident, called the Verdoliak Group. Verdoliak Law Group. They've been fighting insurance companies since 1963. And what's the verdict? The verdict is excellence with prejudice. Excellence with prejudice. That prejudice is mine because I did not think this was going to happen, and it did, and it's absolutely fantastic. So
Great win for the Bears.
Phenomenal.
5-game win streak. They beat
Phenomenal.
the Eagles
Love
24-15.
it.
They are now 9-3 on the season. First in the NFC North, second in the NFC. Their next game in 9 days in Green Bay, December 7th. That's a 3:20 start. Our thanks to executive producer Eric Ostrowski, Kendra Smith, and Jake Santos. Our broadcast crew, Jeff Joniak, Tom Thayer, and Jason McKee. Their guests, Ben Johnson, Magic Mike, and Caleb Williams, along with Kyle Manungai. For Yurko, I'm Peggy. You've been listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears radio network. Be careful if you are in our listening audience in the Chicagoland area. A winter storm watch is out for the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning. We will be back. I will be back tomorrow morning on the flagship station on Peggy and Dion at 11 a.m. As we say goodbye to our network affiliates, we welcome the rest of you to stick around. It's the postgame show with Tyler, Pat, and J-Mac up next.
The big realtor firms are busy lining up things for Wall Street. At Hearthside Realtors, we're busy trying to find the street you will call home, just like we've been doing for 55 years. I'm Lenny File, and I'm ready to work for you. Whether you're buying your first home, new to the area, or if it's time to downsize, our diverse staff of real estate pros are here to help you every step of the way. I'm Lenny File, and I go the extra mile. Visit lennyfile.com. That's Lenny, F-E-I-L.com today. Hearthside is licensed in Illinois and Indiana.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Fazio Insurance in Joliet if auto owners make sense for you.
And here's the snap. Madison takes the ball. Prime commercial space, unbeatable access, Lincoln Highway corridor, and they're driving it down the field. Minutes from Chicago, fueled by a talented workforce and supported by a community that's all in. There are incentives on the play and a business-friendly, collaborative approach in the end zone. Touchdown, Madison. Ready to join the winning team? Visit Village of Madison today. The Village of Madison, your next big play.
Hey Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffel is a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. Just opened their newest furniture and mattress superstore in Maryville Plaza in Maryville, Indiana. That makes 7 Chicagoland locations with the best selection, unbeatable value, and styles for every space and budget. Plus, they're 100% employee owned. That's a local pride you can feel good about. Shop in-store or online anytime at steinhoffels.com.
You all know the 13 reasons to use Windy City to go to Soldier Field, but now there is a 14th, Gate 14. Windy City can drop off and pick up right at the gate. No more trudging in the rain, snow, or cold. Football, concerts, soccer. You'll be safe and warm and get home an hour before your friends. Call 866-94-WINDY or WindyCityLimos.com. Tell them the M&M guy sent you.
It's another exciting game day for Bears fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Bears fans save up to 25 cents per gallon on game days with the Fuel Rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/bears for full offer details.
Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey, Jan from Toyota here, reminding you Toyota-thon is on. Make your holiday wishes come true with a new Camry, RAV4, Tacoma, and more. All right, let's sing it together this time. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota-thon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
In Chicago, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And when the Bears hit the field, there's only one drink that brings the flavor, Dr. Pepper. And now, it could be your ticket in. Enter the Dr. Pepper Bears ticket sweepstakes at drpepperticketsweeps.com/Bears for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming game. Terms and conditions may apply.
the Chicago Bears podcast. If you aren't listening, you're not getting the whole story. See it or hear it now on the ESPN Chicago app or wherever you like to pod.
You've been listening to Bears football on the Bears Radio Network.
Here comes football.
The Chicago Bears Radio Network is brought to you in part by Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, the Advantage Dealer Group, and Dr. Pepper. This is Bears football on the home of the Bears. ESPN.
Here comes the ball. Thanks for listening to the Chicago Bears Radio Network. The home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago, WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
Welcome to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Yeah. 9-3, yeah.
Pat. 9-3. The Chicago Bears pick up the victory on the road. Short week. Felt like everyone sort of counted them out in this game. But 9-3, the win over the Philadelphia Eagles. 24-15, your final. It is the post-game show on ESPN Chicago alongside Pat the Designer. We'll be joined by Jason McKee, who is in Philadelphia right now, navigating a little bit of that Philly traffic.
Bring me back a steak.
I'm Tyler Rocky in for Jeff Meller today. And Pat, listen, man, I called this the house money game heading into the week, all right? If they had lost this game, not the end of the world.
Yep.
You feel good about where you are. It's clearly a better team on the other side. It's the defending Super Bowl champions, for goodness sake. And you're on the road, short week. Everything is sort of stacked up against you. But you know what happens when you start winning some of those bets with the house money? That bankroll continues to grow. And all of a sudden, you're looking at a team that 9-3. Like, sometimes you look at these records of teams in the NFL, and you're like, all right, what is like a legitimate record where like you feel good about it? Doesn't really even matter how you do it. But if you get to X number of wins through X number of games, you feel good. 8-3 felt great.
Yeah.
8-3 is a legitimate football record, but 9-3? 9-3. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking, Pat.
Tyler, 9-3, coming off of beating the Super Bowl champs, coming off of yet another week where they said you couldn't do it and you find a way to do it. And I said going into this game, I was high, I was excited. I said I felt like you had the advantage as far as the coaching went on the Chicago Bears podcast. And guess what? There's a lot of people that were looking at me with, Pat, two-time Super Bowl champion. What are you talking about? How could you ever have? Because Ben Johnson is him, and it is not too early to say it. What you saw from this Chicago Bears offense today was a pure thing of beauty. And I'm not talking about, Caleb Williams making the big play to Cole Kmet. Mm-hmm. Love that. Bookend tackles. I don't know if you know about that. We haven't seen that much in this city. 2 running backs going over, excuse me, a little lung butter there, 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about how you controlled the game the entire time, and you put one of the best defenses in football on their back foot. That was an absolute thing of beauty, and it's why I said you've got a head coach right now and a coaching staff. Give D.A. his flowers as well for what he's done with this defense that is going to get the most out of every game and coaches games to win and actually is able to succeed with the pieces that they have while they're still getting better. That coaching advantage to me played out in a major way today, and Ben Johnson coached circles around arguably second best defensive coordinator in football right now. We give Spags one. I'll give Spags one.
To me, it's 1A, 1B.
Okay, either way. Ben Johnson had an answer for everything, and eventually it became, we're just going to be tougher than you. We're going to run through Jalen Carter's face. Our offensive line is going to push you out of the way. Oh, by the way, our defensive line is going to stop the tush push. And the legalities of it, I like that they're not calling the penalty on it. You technically can't push a defensive player, but I'll take it. I love what we saw out of this team, and it truly feels like Now there's nothing left for them to say. They said you couldn't keep the turnovers up. You got 2 more. They said you couldn't find a way to beat teams with a winning record. You've now done it 2 weeks in a row. One of them is the Super Bowl champion. And I get it. There's dysfunction there. But a defense with no linebackers just held them to essentially a god-awful offensive game. Just held Saquon Barkley to a god-awful offensive game, and you won that side of the trenches as well with guys developing, Austin Booker developing, Montez Sweat continuing to get better, pressure from Grady Jarrett up the middle. I love that. And to me, that is why you're sitting at 9-3 right now, a legitimate 9-3.
Yep. Let's head on out to Philly and bring in Jason McKee. He was on the sidelines today for the Bears' win over the Eagles to move to 9-3. And J-Mac, boy, you're a Philly guy in terms of that's where you went to college at Temple, and I'm sure you love the city. Feels a lot better when you walk out of there with a W, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hostile environment. The Philly fans come out in full effect. I mean, the tailgate scene is ridiculous. We got on the team bus on the way in, we got about 1,000 middle fingers on the way in. So that was a nice greeting that we got from the Philly faithful, which is, I mean, they're passionate about their team, but the way this Bears team, played today on the road, and, everything starts up front. And we've talked about that time and time again. And, building this team from the trenches, right, starting with the offensive line. And that's something that, Ryan Poles was criticized early on in his tenure here in Chicago. Who did he bring in the offensive line? He's not addressing that. It's starting to come to fruition. The plan that he put in place. You drafted Darnell Wright, obviously the signings you had in free agency, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, and then, Trapilo at left tackle. I mean, those guys, I can't say enough about the way they played today. I can't say enough about you finding a running back in the 6th round out of Rutgers, a North Jersey guy who came, back to, not saying Philly because he's from here, but came back to the Northeast and put on a performance along with DeAndre Swift, a guy who a lot of people have wrote off, a guy who's from Philly. So it's just good. And then you go on the defensive side of the ball, the defense as a whole, the defensive line in particular really set the tone, made Jalen Hurts uncomfortable, limited, one of the best running backs in the league in Saquon Barkley. So it was just physicality, man. And that's just the identity of the head coach. You got a fiery, passionate head coach who, wants to, run the football, wants to play, he wants the trenches to dominate the game. And that's what we did today. And that's why, your Chicago Bears are 9-3. It sounds so sweet to say it. I'll say it again. 9-3. Unbelievable.
It's incredible, J-Mac. They have now guaranteed their first above 500 season since 2018. It feels like anytime we bring up a new stat of winning and success, we're like, since 2018. And this is yet another one of those. So it feels good. I mean, not to look too far ahead, but when you look in the NFC right now, after unseeding Philadelphia like you did today, you're sitting in the number 2 seed in the NFC right now with plenty of football left to be played. But it's certainly a great feeling. Bears fans, we want to hear from you. 312-332-3776. Tell us how you feel now, because I'm sure there was a lot of people who are kind of straddling the fence, myself included, straddling the fence of like, how truly good is this team? Yeah. And now I feel like after a win like this, short week, on the road, prime time, it's kind of all right, what can you really say now? Not only did you win, but you kind of dominated Philadelphia today. You've got to feel really good with how the defense played. Yeah. But, J-Mac, you brought it up, the physicality, man. Like, it's one thing, like, we've seen the Bears play physical all season long. No one was going to doubt their physicality. But it's another thing when you see them do it against a team who I think a lot of people within the NFL think is arguably one of the most, if not the most, physical team in all of football. And to see them go out and punch that Philly team in the face with that offensive line, with that defensive line rotation, that to me was my biggest takeaway. And you saw it reflected in the run game. You saw it reflected in the tush-push turnover that they got. It was all a thing of beauty today. It all was.
It was amazing. I mean, and I think on top of all of that, right, you beat Philly at their own game. They wanted to push you out of the way. You didn't let them do that. You had a quarterback who had a very Jalen Hurts game today, I mean, if we're being honest, right? He had to manage that game. He just had to make sure that he didn't make mistakes, that everybody was in the right place, that everybody was on the right snap count, and that we're getting the ball snapped off. You had almost a perfect operation day as far as pre-snap penalties on that. I look at on the flip side of that, right, how the football team ran the ball. It was almost like DeAndre Swift and Kyle Manungai had made a bet at halftime, and we're like, who's going to get more? You give me the opportunity, I'm beating you, because it was such a physical day. I mean, from the first run where I thought Kyle Manungai got that first down on 4th and 1. You knew how aggressive Ben Johnson was going to be, and you saw them match that energy from both running backs. To me, it set the tone for how this team came out, and really it was almost like Philly was shocked to see somebody go to that level of physicality with them. And we've seen Philly win a lot of these games where, right, you're sitting there and you're going, I mean, they got it done. You got to say that they're still pretty good. But they came into this game where the Bears had a lot of the advantages. The Bears had less sacks given up than Philly this season. The Bears had more sacks on the defensive side than Philly this season, essentially saying the Bears have won the trenches, but everybody around it wanted to go, well, of course you did. You haven't beaten anybody. You've struggled your way through. You're a net negative when it comes to points against, right? Like, there's so many things that they wanted to use to invalidate what this Bears team has been. And to me, I think you saw a Bears team play a similar style of football that we've seen them play over the past 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, listen, this was one of those little brother pinned big brother type of games when you talk about the physicality of J-Mac. I want the vantage point from you on the sideline, too, because you're down there. You're hearing the hits and everything. What was that game like for you, seeing it from where you were on the sidelines at the link, and just the physicality in the trenches between these two teams?
Yeah, it's always a battle in the trenches. A lot of things go on, but the execution was at an elite level. And one of the things that I'll pinpoint, Dennis Allen talks about the defense populating football. Well, that goes with the offense as well. And when you talk about populating football, that means, right, the offensive line, as they're coming off their blocks or executing their blocks, and the running backs in the pile, in which we saw plenty of times tonight, you see those guys pushing the running backs forward. We saw them push the pile with Kyle Manungai to get first downs, and that's populating the football by the offensive line as well. So that just shows you the level of physicality that this offensive line is playing with. And in the past, you wouldn't have seen that, right? You would have seen the running back being tackled. You wouldn't see the offensive line running over to the running back, picking him up, or you wouldn't see the offensive line around the pile. And when you have a well-coached football team, a physical football team, but a team that really hones in on the details, they not only execute their blocks in terms of that run call, right? They're around the football. They're populating the football because good things happen the more guys you have around the football. And we saw that tonight. They were able to push the pile with Kyle Manungai and DeAndre Swift to help them convert, big first down runs and things of that nature. So it's a beautiful thing, man. You got to give all the credit to, we keep talking about Coach Johnson, but you got to talk about, Coach Dan Richard. Yes. You got to talk about Antoine Randall L. Yeah. Those receivers and tight ends are blocking downfield. It's man for man. Like,
hey, J-Man, give me an Al Harris in there. Give me an Al Harris.
Well, I'm just talking about the offense in terms of just everybody, in terms of the offense, the O-line coach, Antoine, the receivers. It takes all 11 in the run game, and those guys are coaching, these guys up. And it's really executing at a high level. And that's what we saw today. I mean, it was windy as all get out. I mean, you guys couldn't really tell how windy it was on TV. I mean, there was cheesesteak wrappers blowing across the field pre-game, during the game. I mean, hats being blown off, people trying to get chicken broth on the sideline, that's being blown out of their hands. It was a crazy game. I mean, even watching Caleb warm up, him and DJ are 15 yards away from each other. And, Caleb's warming up, and that ball is just being blown all over. I mean, that ball changed the trajectory about 3 times as it approached DJ Moore. So it was a game that was meant for the trenches, and the Bears had to get their running going. And we just physically beat a Philadelphia Eagles team tonight.
We saw, I don't know if you saw this on TV, Tyler, but there's one play that I said, the wind is serious, where Jalen Hurts is running to the side, and he's got to throw the ball away. Montez Sweat is pressuring, and he launches it, what looks to be toward the crowd. And at one point, the ball stops going forward and just dips down. And I was like, sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
How are guys going to be able to throw the football today at all?
You know what? I want to bring that up. We'll take a break. When we come back, I did think there was something interesting Ben Johnson did earlier in the game. based off of the weather. Let's discuss that. We'll take some of your calls when we come back as well. You want to join us, 312-332-3776. Bears win 24-15, the win over the Philadelphia Eagles. They move to 9-3 and are above 500, guaranteed for the first season since 2018. All your Bears calls and more when we come back. It's the Post-Game show on ESPN Chicago.
ESPN Chicago.
Black Friday sales event is going on now. At American Sale, we're known for having the largest selection of Christmas trees and decor. And for 10 days only, during our Black Friday sales event, you can get 0% financing for 6 years or cash back. See store for details. Stroll through our Christmas forest and choose from hundreds of trees ready to take home. Shop thousands of holiday decor items in our Christmas market. But hurry, sale ends November 30th. American Sale, helping you bring the fun home.
Menards Black Friday sale is here. Get everything you need to bring home the holidays. A Nerf Blaster dog toy blasts tennis balls 75 feet. Fun for you and your pup. Just $15.99. Delicious Dubai chocolate is $12.99 a bag. Color-changing squish lamps and Performax drill bit sets are only $4.99 each. Menards has great Black Friday gifts for everyone in your family. Hurry in while supplies last. Good through November 30th. See menards.com for details.
Howard, got a question. It's fall. I'm on the road.
Beautiful. Michigan's calling.
It was Wisconsin.
Okay, the point.
Some guy behind me admiring a sugar maple rear ends me.
Been there. What happens, Howard, when you're hurt and you're out of state?
Hopefully you'll never experience peak color and pain, guys. But if you're injured, out of town, I can most likely assist. Aiken Law is attorneys licensed in all contiguous states and referring attorneys across the U.S.
So you could still help me out.
312-6-million.
Howard Ankin is our attorney on the Cap and J Hood Show. Weekday mornings on ESPN Chicago.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11 delivers expert roofing and waterproofing across Chicago. Their trained professionals lead in solar, green, and garden systems. For trusted contractors and top quality service, visit ChicagoRoofingContractors.org. That's ChicagoRoofingContractors.org.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
3rd and 1, tush-push time. First of the day, the Eagles on the snap. Hurts. Not a lot of movement.
Right.
Not a lot of movement, and the Bears feel good about it at the moment.
They'll repeat it if they didn't get it.
Yep. Oh my goodness, Bears are saying it's their football. Are they coming up with a football? Let's see. This would be a monumental play.
Monster play if it
Monster.
worked.
Come on.
Bears ball.
Bears have taken it away.
Ball.
Oh my goodness.
It was
Deshaun Wright
pulled
it out of there and recovered. Yeah, the playmaker just made a monumental play. Some Midwestern muscle right there, baby.
Maybe the play of the game right there. A call right here on ESPN Chicago. Jeff Joniak, Tom Thayer, and of course, Jason McKee, who's with us here on the Post-Game show, alongside Pat the Designer, Tyler Rocky in for Jeff Meller. You know, Dennis Allen said he was going to have a response for the tush push. And I don't know, based off of the way that some of the players described it in the locker room after, I don't know if this was necessarily what they were looking for, but it almost reminded me a little bit of the play that wasn't when the Eagles played the Giants last time and the Eagles win over the Giants, where they were going for the ball heavy. And they ended up blowing the play dead. I think it was Kayvon Thibodeau that came up with the ball and stripped Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And that was a game that that was a play that would have completely shifted that game. Instead, Nahshon Wright goes in, strips the ball, gets it out clean, and all of a sudden it ends up being one of the biggest plays in the game. Because I wasn't sure what exactly was going on. It was kind of one of a slower developing play, and then I saw that one back official throw his little blue beanbag.
Yeah, the blue beanbag.
And I was like, oh, this ball might be out.
Yeah.
And then J-Mac, you're Johnny on the spot right there. You saw it from a mile away.
Yeah,
You sniffed that out, my man.
Yeah, I was standing right there. So, seeing that ball come out, first of all, it was awesome because, the tush push, we've seen the success of that play. And we talk about physical domination is pretty much the theme we've been talking about this entire postgame show. You saw Jalen Hurts get stalemated at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And for that ball to pop out, and then Nahshon Wright's done what he's done all year, just take away and, finding ways to make plays given his opportunity, and, clear recovery of the football by Nahshon Wright, and a huge play for the Bears, momentum changer. Philly would have an opportunity to score, and I think they had an opportunity to take the lead there if they would have scored in that possession. So
at least 3. If they get a field goal, that's the lead.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and like you said, Tyler, Dennis Allen talked about the tush push, and he said his plan was to not get in that situation.
Yeah.
But obviously the guys had other plans. They were in that situation, and they answered the call.
I believe that was the only tush push run today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But, J-Mac, even on the play, though, it looked like they may have stopped him. And listen, it's one of the toughest plays in football to stop. But did it look like, from your vantage point, Jalen Hurts even had enough yards had he held on to the football?
No, he got. I mean, you talk about displacing the line of scrimmage, right? And we've seen the tush push 1,000 times, just like a rugby scrum, right? The offensive line, they're wedge blocking, and they're just pretty much bear crawling. But then you got our guys bear crawling against those guys in that scrum, and they ran into a Bears wall. Jalen Hurts didn't get any movement, and kind of like he was surprised because he tried to, as the line of scrimmage, there was a stalemate. You see, he tried to go over the top, and that's when that ball came out, and Nahshon Wright was Johnny on the spot, as he has been all year, and Bears ball. What an awesome way, momentum changer, but what an awesome play in the game to, one, not only did you beat the Super Bowl champs, but you stopped their signature play.
And it looked like there was a little bit of an adjustment, maybe because they got ran on them last week versus the Steelers, where it looked like Nahshon Wright kind of doesn't jump into the fray there and almost gets a little bit more to the outside, because remember last week you had the big run at the end of the first half. Was it Jalen
Warren?
Jalen Warren had the big run at the end where he puts you in a position to score a touchdown. Now, I don't expect Philly to do that. They've had so much success with that. But almost because of that play, you see this counter where Nahshon has a clear shot to get to Jalen Hurts, runs over, and just does a great job. I don't know if you've seen Jalen Hurts' workout regimen and stuff like that. It's not easy to pull the football out of his hands. Like, he is able and successful at that play because of how strong he is. And so, like,
the power lifter.
Yeah, I mean, when you see his workout and the bar's bending, when the bar's bending, that's a scary man.
You know what I mean? So it's like that play is not. I think that in itself shows the toughness that this Bears team showed as well, and you love what you saw from this defensive unit yet again. And they're not playing their best ball yet, Tyler. Yes, you get back Jalen Johnson, who is and still looks like one of the best cover DBs in football. He did look like that today. Kyler Gordon out there, you see him outside a little bit. Love what you see from Kyler Gordon in a couple of coverage situations. You still could get Tremaine Edmonds back this season. You still could get T.J. Edwards back this season. You got a lot of improving you could do.
You gotta give some credit, and I talk to these guys in the locker room post game, and they've been doing two guys that have been doing a great job given their opportunity. DeMarco Jackson,
yes,
and Amen Agbagbue.
Yes,
them guys
100%.
have stepped in and have played. And I told them guys in the locker room, I said, look, I know there may not be reporters here interviewing you guys. You guys ain't going to the podium, but man, shout out to you guys. You guys have done a tremendous job, with the opportunity presented. And when you're constructing an NFL roster, you're trying to decide who your 53 is. Each one of those guys, man for man, on that 53-man roster is going to be called upon to contribute at some point in the season. And the Bears have, credit goes back to Ryan Poles and that recruiting department. Every time there's been somebody they needed to come in and play and step up, they stepped up, right? You got to throw in Nick McLeod. There's another guy, right? Who, yes, has he had the interceptions and stuff like that? But no, has he made a lot of splash plays? No, I'm not going to say he has, but he's made a lot of plays, given the opportunities on special teams. And, with as decimated as this Bears defense is, you just talked about it, Pat.
Yeah.
Tremaine out, TJ out. We know who's out. A lot of guys out.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys have stepped up and made plays. And when you have that type of chemistry, you have that type of roster, guys making the most of their opportunities, that's a playoff team. Because there's going to be stars, and everybody's going to know the guys who are the blue chip guys, the stars, the Jalen Johnson, the Kyler Gordons, right? The guys who are getting paid, the Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah.
On offense, DJ, those are the blue chip guys. But if you want to be a Super Bowl team and you want to be a playoff team that's not just going to make the playoffs, but you're going to put your foot in the playoffs, you got to have the role player guys, right? You got to have the lunch pail, hard hat guys. And that's what we're seeing from DeMarco Jackson. That's what we're seeing from a ton of guys on, Daniel Hardy on special teams going out there making big hits. I mean, there's a lot of guys on this 53-man roster that's earning their check and are not just a name on a sheet.
Yeah.
They're earning the check and they're making plays.
Yeah. And I thought it was big hearing what Kevin Byers talked about earlier in the week when I asked him about, guys stepping in. Next man up is easy to say. Mm-hmm. Right, it's always you got to be the next man up. There's usually a reason that they are further down the depth chart. The talent level is not the same. But I love how Kevin Byard said Dennis Allen, from the beginning of camp to now, had just about everybody on his team cross-trained. You didn't know whether it was going to be DeMarco Jackson or Eamon Ogbongbemiga. They had to step in for Ruben Hippolyte, who's your fourth-round pick, who was probably the one that was expected to be the green dot guy at a certain point there. You've made so many adjustments because of the preparation that you did in training camp, and they're still coming to a positive fruition. I love what this coaching staff has turned this team into, and you really continue to see it week in and week out that the plan that they have put in place is so immensely successful.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it with these guys that are stepping up, listen, I don't think anyone really has stepped up and looked like a star per se. Not that you expect anyone ever to do. Maybe C.J. Gardner-Johnson, because that guy's been making a lot of plays for this team. But do you look like you belong? And that is sometimes when you have some of these backups that are thrusted into starting roles, they go out there and they don't look like they belong. But when you look at the contributions and we've seen him so much over the course of the season that it doesn't even feel like he's a backup. But Nahshon Wright is a backup by trade when you began the season, and he's become one of the league's leaders in takeaways. C.J. Gardner-Johnson doing what he's been doing. So it's all been fantastic to see. Let's head on out to the phones, 312-332-3776. You want a piece of this Bears victory here on Black Friday. Tony's in Joliet. Tony, lead us off, man.
Hey, guys.
What's going on,
Absolutely. First-time caller. I've never called a sports show before, but I'm calling because leaving my friend's house, coming home, listening to you guys. I always listen to Postgame. And I was just, as a total Bears fan, my life, and how many times we get let down, how many times we just are waiting. And I'm watching the game with my friends, and I'm noticing all of us, like, in the mode of, like, please, let's not blow this. Please, let's see something great.
We got trauma. We got trauma, Tony.
Please, let's have that moment where we get through it and we do something great that nobody expected us to do. I mean, come on. This was awesome. And to see the coach from Philly with the smirk on his face in the beginning when they scored and all that, and then his smirk at the end was like, he looked like Clubber Lang after Rocky beat him the second time. It was awesome. It was awesome. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm telling you guys, it was the coaching. It was 100% the coaching. I mean, he talks good, better, best. Our best was the coaching. Coaching up kids on the practice squad, third guys in the line, Dennis Allen, player of the game. the fact that these guys understand how to coach up these kids, and they established for the first time in a long time, we have a winning culture in Chicago. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for my call. Let's go Bears.
Bear down, Tony.
Bear down, Tony. Thanks for the phone
then,
call there. Go ahead, J-Mac.
Did you know what the thing is? When you have a coach, right, that has instilled a whole new belief in his players, on top of, revamping the culture, on top of doing what you're supposed to do as a coach, and that's developing not just your blue chip guys, but the guys, the second string guys, the guys on practice squad, developing those guys so they can make plays like we've seen. Yeah. But then you have a coach, right? That's, he's a young coach. Don't forget he's a young coach. And he's really just one of the guys. Like, he takes his shirt off in the locker room celebrating with the guys. Like, that guy, I was like, man, this dude is, he's fiery, man. Even getting early today, getting on the team bus. So I get off, I get on the elevator, and it's Coach Johnson and a couple other guys. And, I walk on, he's like, hey, Jason, he's got like this stone face already. And I'm like, man, you about to call some plays right now. he's always locked in. Like, he looks at me, he's like, hey, Jason. And I'm like, hey, Coach. And I'm looking at him like, man, this dude's about to call plays right now. But, it's just awesome to see that locker room, man for man in that locker room, guys smiling. Guys hugging, guys celebrating, because some of these guys on this roster, we've seen it, both you guys, we've been a part of it for a while now, to where, there were times I did not want to go in that locker room and interview anybody. There were times I'm sure the players didn't want to go in that locker room because of, what was happening on the field. But it's so good to see these guys, having the success, but also not just, okay with the success, having continued success, because they're not settling for the attaboys, the pats on the back, and stuff like that. They're hungry. And I asked Caleb that. I said, Caleb, so, in my postgame interview, I said, Caleb, you've heard the narrative. I said, how do you feel about the narrative of people saying that you guys haven't played anybody? And all he said was, it's about us, and they're going to keep playing. And, they don't worry about the narrative. They worry about themselves. And that's what you got to have if you want to have a team that's, that's striving to win a Super Bowl, not just go to the playoffs, but win a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. Tough for people to still say stuff after this win, 24-15 over the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles, the Bears. Now 9-3. If you had that win total ticket, you can cash it today here on this Black Friday. Maybe go out, get some extra Christmas gifts a little bit early for everyone with that win total over coming in today. 9-3, the Chicago Bears, after they take down the Philadelphia Eagles. Speaking of coaching, Tony hit on a lot of the coaching stuff there. I want to talk about a little tactical coaching thing that Ben Johnson did that goes against conventional wisdom too. And I want Pat, I want you to weigh in on it, and J-Mac, I want you to weigh in on it as well, especially you, J-Mac, as a coach yourself, about what Ben Johnson did very early in this game. 312-332-3776. If you want to talk some Bears with us, it's the post-game show on ESPN Chicago.
ESPN Chicago.
Has the excitement of betting turned into worry? Feeling overwhelmed every time you roll the dice? Problem gambling doesn't just affect your wallet. It can impact your health, relationships, and peace of mind. But there's hope. Gateway Foundation is here to help you take back control of your life with personalized treatment options. You don't have to face this alone. Call Gateway Foundation today at 844-444-5780. That's 844-444-5780.
This is Courtney Cronin, talking with two of Chicago's top personal injury lawyers, Julio Costa and Anthony Iavone of Costa Iavone.
See that? The name works. Keeping it simple.
Well, of course, it's your last names.
But the real point is that we can keep it simple because we are Chicagoans and our clients are Chicagoans. We know the city and we have a strong sense of the Chicagoland clients we represent.
And that puts them at ease right from the start.
Bingo. Bottom line, we get you. And we're here when you need us. Costa Iavone. Keep our number in your phone.
708-4million.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. Are you tired of the same old holiday lights, that same old look to your home? Outdoor Lighting Perspectives has the perfect upgrade. Permanent roofline lighting that's stylish, easy to use, and built to last. Their app lets you pick from thousands of colors and patterns for any occasion. Whether it's game day, the holidays, or any night, it's hassle-free and it looks amazing year-round, and everyone in the family will love it. I'm a proud customer. Visit PermanentLightingChicago.com and get your home ready for the holidays today. That's PermanentLightingChicago.com.
Hey friends, I'm Tom Waddle and I drive a Hawk. The Black Friday sales event is going on at all 12 Hawk Auto locations in Forest Park, St. Charles, Plainfield, Joliet, Carroll Stream, and now LaSalle, Peru. Shop thousands of vehicles from 13 big brands and save with 0% financing for 60 months or make no payments for 90 days. Plus get exclusive Black Friday bonus cash on top of dealer discounts. Get your Black Friday savings before they're gone at hawkauto.com. Drive what I drive. Drive a Hawk.
HawkAuto.com.
Financing on select models with approved credit.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Blackhawks and Bulls season on Chicago Sports Network. Visit chsn.com/radio to sign up for your 7-day free trial of their all-access plan. Over 300 live games per year. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer.
Here's the handoff, a little draw, up the middle, and to the right, into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, DeAndre Swift. The Philadelphia native gets the first points of the day. And the Bears lead at 6-0, capping the drive with a 3-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. Two tight ends, right side of the line. Manungai, the lone back, take from center, and the give. Manungai, washed out by Jonah Jackson, clears a path to the end zone for Kyle Manungai. Mighty Manungai, another touchdown run. This one of 4 yards and a 16-9 Bears lead over the Eagles.
Two physical touchdown runs, one for DeAndre Swift, one for Kyle Manungai, all en route to a Bears 24-15 win over the Eagles to move to 9-3 on the season and in to the 2 spot in the NFC right now. Not just that, but with the Packers winning yesterday, you did have to win today to serve as the number 1 team in the NFC North.
Taking the North and not giving it back.
Listen, man, it's the motto that that Ryan Poles wanted to instill, and all of a sudden, after all of these years in the basement of the NFC North, the Bears certainly have a chance. I believe I saw their odds to win the North have shrunk down to under 2-1 now. So it's one of those things like Green Bay, they looked really good yesterday on Thanksgiving against Detroit, but you've now got 2 with Green Bay over the next 3 weeks, so take care of your business, and you're going to have a chance to win this division. 312-332-3776 if you want to talk Bears with us. I do want to get into Ben Johnson because, again, not enough good things can be said about what he has done. I mean, you heard J-Mac in the last segment. He damn near had J-Mac getting into an I formation, heading out of the elevator on the way to the game today. Yeah. But one thing that I noticed with just the little details, just everything, there's no stone left unturned. The Bears win the toss in this game and elect to receive. And this isn't the first time that they've done that. And one thing that I've noticed, a lot of times when they do this, it's usually with the wind being a big factor in the game. And this was another one of those type of games. You could see the flags flying everywhere that they would show. And Ben Johnson, it seemed like, was more concerned with having the wind advantage in the fourth quarter as opposed to having the advantage of getting the ball to open up the second half. And the way that he sort of called the end of that first half little more conservatively, I thought this was really interesting because it kind of goes against all conventional wisdom that you hear in coaching, where you win the toss, you defer to the second half, you take the ball in the second half. But when the wind is swirling like it was in this game, and you saw, listen, if the Eagles were down, Throwing the football was not going to be a good way to get back into a game. And you saw that there was one completion to Devontae Smith, I remember. I can't remember which. It must have been in the fourth quarter, where Jalen Hurts threw a ball to Smith on the right sideline, and he put some zip on the ball, but you could see that ball just died because it was met with the wind. And it's just like a little detail like that maybe doesn't go noticed, but it's something that I think made a huge difference in the game. And even in the fourth quarter, when Caleb has that touchdown to kind of put this game away or put it on ice, if that ball is going into the wind, it may be an interception, and at the very least, it's probably an incompletion.
Yeah, well, I think
great observation.
Go ahead, Jay.
Pat.
I was going to say. I think you saw it in the first half. There was a pass that Jalen Hurts threw. I believe it was in the second quarter where it looked like DeMarco Jackson gets his hand up and tips the football, and then you see the reverse angle. And literally the wind just starts blowing and the ball just like fell down. And you were like, oh, nobody touched it. Was that just a bad pass? And then, subsequently you saw a couple different things where he tried to throw the ball and that wind just took the football. I thought it was a genius move by your head coach, a great observation. And I'll say this, a great observation or a great move that you can make when you've got a kicker, as crazy as it is to say, and I know you're on the other side of this, but in Cairo, who, yes, he doesn't have the mile-long leg. He's not going to be able to hit it from 61, but he's incredibly accurate in conditions similar to that. I watched that, and I was like, oh, if there is a kicker battle today, I almost feel like we have somewhat of an advantage. You end up going up 2-0 on the kicker advantage today because Cairo's used to kicking in adverse conditions with the wind, and when Ben Johnson had to go to him, you were able to trust that he was going to be able to knock it in. I liked that.
What did you think of the decision, J-Mac?
I'm just talking about the win, too. You remember the play where Caleb tried to hit Rome in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
And, I'm standing right there, and people probably were saying, oh, he's inaccurate. The ball, he couldn't hit him. Well, the wind, Rome was open. The ball was on point, but the wind just made that ball die like a yard or two in front of Rome. So it was definitely a factor. I think it's interesting, too. And I think it also – as a coach, I'll do some of the same things if I have that much confidence in my offense. And, I think it's him having confidence in the offense and them guys executing. Because you look at the first drive, they put together a good drive as well.
Yeah.
But him, making that decision and playing the win was genius because, that play that he ran to Cole Kmet, that's a play we used to call boot slipper, in which the tailback, you boot out to the front side, which meaning you're booting out to the same side as a tailback, so Swift leaks out into the flat, and then you have a flood concept play side to where you have, Cole ran that corner, so that's a deep route, and then you have an over route by the backside receiver, who's the intermediate route. I forget who the receiver was on that play, but if that play is going into wind, like you said, Tyler, when he throws that corner out to Cole, which is the deep route, that ball probably doesn't get there. And because of, him having the wind pretty much at their back, that ball's, right there on the money for Cole. It was a critical play in the game because if I recall, that was 4th and 5 on that play that he hit Cole Kmet for that touchdown.
Yeah, it was a big-time throw there. And, that to me, and he talked about it, Ben Johnson talked about it a little bit after the game, where the first read on that play is Swift in the flat there. You take your little dump, and it would have been enough for the first down in all likelihood. But then the play that Caleb makes, that's that put on the Superman cape, why you were drafted 1-1 type of stuff that makes you special.
Yeah.
The ability to make that play, because that's not an easy throw either. You guys would know, you're rolling out to kind of your weak side and you got to flip that ball up and over a defender. It's a difficult play, but Caleb can make the difficult look extremely simple at times, and he couldn't have put a better ball on Cole Kmet in that moment.
No, 100%. You feel great about where you're at as far as the offense as a whole, and I think, I keep saying this, Ben Johnson told us the truth. Ben Johnson at every step of the equation, in the beginning of the season, before we played a single snap, told us what this was going to be. He said the first month of the season is going to be a little rocky. We got to figure some things out. We're going to get those things figured out. By the time we get to December, we're going to be playing our best football. This Bears team right now, looks like a team that can go in and compete with anybody. I'll tell you this, and now all of the numbers that you kind of went, but it's versus the Bengals, but it's versus the Giants. All of those numbers where you feel good about this team, matchup, run game-wise, explosive play-wise, that don't have you beating your chest a little bit with Green Bay on the horizon?
Yeah.
That don't have you feeling good about what you can do versus the upcoming opponents on this tough schedule, this gauntlet of a schedule that you do face? Like, this team the entire time has been telling you it's real. The takeaways are real. The first thing that we heard this season when we were, finally starting to win at 2-2, well, you can't keep takeaways up like that. You can't. Teams don't just have multi-takeaway games every year. J-Mac, you were on a team that was like that, where they would say that at the beginning of every year, then you get to the end of the season and you just go, I guess you can't take the football away every week. We continue to see this. You have the three leaders in takeaways right now. Ben Johnson and this coaching staff has told you what this season was going to be. They've told you the truth the entire time. And I said this 3 weeks ago, and I say it here again. Believe in Ben Johnson. When he tells you something, it's going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. Real quick, want to squeeze in Tom in Warrenville. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, this is Todd, not Tom. How
Todd,
you doing?
what's going on, Todd?
My fault. What's going on, Todd?
Hey, nothing. Hey, I just wanted to say, why can't Ben give himself a game ball to himself? What he's doing is insane. Oh, my God. He's the best coach we have ever had. I love Dick. Okay, I'm 62 years old, so I love the 85 Bears, but what Ben is doing is just insane. He's such a mastermind. Oh, my God. Today was just icing on the cake of what he does every dang time he calls a play. It's just phenomenal. I mean, come on.
Thanks for the call, Tom. Listen, if he's not going to give himself a game ball, I think the three of us would gladly give.
We got to get a ball
Ben
in here and give Ben Johnson a game ball
for this.
Somebody give me a ball. I'll take it to Hallis Hall when I see him.
Because you know what, when you play the win-loss game at the beginning of the year, schedule comes out, right? And you see this game on the schedule, on the road, short week, defending Super Bowl champs. 99.99% of rational Bears fans looked at this game and took a big Sharpie and put an L on it, right? Yeah. You're going to lose games over the course of an NFL season. This is one that I think almost every Bears fan would have put an L on. Because of the circumstances, because of the opponent, everything was stacked against you. And you went out and found a way, and you won this game, and it's your most impactful win of the season so far, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
No, 100%. You look at, kind of what you thought about this team coming in, and we were kind of having a conversation on, how Ben Johnson's case for Coach of the Year during the break. And, the Bears roster doesn't stack up the same as some of the other coaches, right? I think the Bears have more from a receiving standpoint than the Patriots. I think the Bears have more from an entire roster standpoint at times than what you see in the Colts roster.
Yeah.
But they've been able to make some big things happen. But I think because of that, you saw a roster where you were like, there's a ton of talent here. But it's going to take time for you to get your system. That's the mindset that we've come into. But when you have one of these guys, when you have one of these offensive guru, knows the answer guys, we were 6 weeks into Sean McVay going, Sean McVay's the real deal. We were 10 weeks into Kyle Shanahan going, I know they're not winning as much as you can say, but Kyle Shanahan is calling a heck of a game, and there's just some things that need to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
Now you're 12 weeks into Ben Johnson, and you're sitting here going, oh, it's exactly what we prayed for the entire offseason, and there's no questions about it, to me, moving forward at all. I love what we've seen out of this start for Ben Johnson, game ball all the way around.
All right, when we come back, we'll take more of your phone calls on a victorious Bears Friday. They take down the defending champs 24-15 on the road at the Link. More Bears breakdown with us coming up next on the Postgame show on ESPN Chicago.
And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back.
ESPN Chicago.
Bud Light invites you to round one of the official football face-off tournament bar crawl. The crawl is on Division Street in Wicker Park this Saturday. 4 bars, Morella's Tavern at noon, a stop at Enjoy at 1, heading to Fat Boar Tap Works at 2, and wraps up at Smoke Daddy. Score big and you could qualify for a trip to Las Vegas for an NFL Playoffs watch party. Top scorer from round 1 advances to round 2. Win that and you're off to Vegas again for the final face-off and a shot at the Super Bowl 60 flyaway to San Francisco. All brought to you by Bud Light. Please drink responsibly.
This holiday season, lock in something that lasts. Astound Wi-Fi, starting at just $19.95 a month, forever. Not a temporary rate, no hidden fees, just your price forever. Check off one more thing off your to-do list this season and stop stressing about your internet. Fast, reliable Wi-Fi for every device, every holiday, every year. All for $19.95 a month. But don't wait. Visit astound.com today to sign up. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
You wouldn't hire an electrician to read a radio ad. Service Construction of Illinois. I think this wire's bad. You wouldn't hire the deck pro either.
Service Construction of Illinois. Now, I would layer that with a few coats to make it smooth.
You see, I, a professional announcer, can barely change a light bulb, but I can tell you with a soothing voice that Service Construction of Illinois has the craftsmen, contractors, and specialists to do it all. Whether it's a small job or complete renovation, start at serviceconstruction.net.
Hey guys, are you craving that legendary Chicago pizzeria taste without the wait or the price tag? Meet Connie's Frozen Pizza. Premium pizzeria-inspired pies from your freezer to your table.
Oh, yeah.
Born in Connie's restaurants, now in your freezer. Connie's brings that unmistakable flavor that says, I could have gone out, but why? Hosting, dodging cooking, or are you just hungry? The solution is Connie's. Find Connie's Frozen Pizza in your local freezer aisle. Connie's Frozen Pizza. Authentic Chicago taste without the pizzeria prices.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Hit the road in a brand new Toyota in less than 1 hour. At Advantage Toyota River Oaks, you can sign and drive away in 60 minutes or less. Seriously. Or they'll cover your first car payment. Every new Toyota is backed by the Advantage Plus program. Advantage Toyota River Oaks. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer.
Dahlman sends it back. Pressure coming. Caleb sets the throw. Left side caught. Loveland. First down Bears. 3rd down and 4 with a 4-man front motion from right to left. Now orbit motion behind him is Luther Burden. Back to throw. Caleb with time. Floats it. Caught. DJ Moore. First down to midfield. DJ Moore, the Philadelphia native, to the 46-yard line of Philadelphia on the numbers. And a nice soft touch there by Caleb. Pickup of 11 yards. Ball on the 28. Snap to Caleb. Fakes to Swift. Rolling to his left. Being chased. Gonna throw deep. He's got Kmet. Over the shoulder. End zone. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown Cole Kmet. What a play call by Ben Johnson. And a throw perfectly timed. Caleb to Cole. Bears extend the lead. 23-9. 6:19 to go.
What a drive that was for the Chicago Bears. A lot of first downs, and then it all capped off with that touchdown to Cole Kmet. One of the really eye-popping stats in this game. The Bears with 27 first downs to the Eagles' 13, including going 10 of 17 on 3rd down. And holding the Eagles to 4 of 12. You know, these were some of the things I was looking at heading into the game. It was, all right, what would the 3rd down defense look like? What would the turnover situation be like? Because those are 2 places that I felt like the Eagles could really exploit the Bears with. And it was all moot. You saw the Bears pick up a couple of takeaways, and then on the flip side, they were able to get them off the field on third down. And then on the offensive side, you had a lot of third and shorts in this game. Like, they kept showing the graphic early on in the game. The Bears, like, average yards to go on third down, at least for the first half, it was sub 5. And when you're living in that neighborhood and creating a lot of third and manageables for your quarterback and for your offense, it opens up the playbook too, because you can run the ball, and that's something that the Bears did plenty of in this game to pick up first downs. 17 first downs picked up via the run in this game.
One of my favorite things to look up after a Chicago Bears dub is time of possession.
Oh, yeah.
39-18 to 20-42. And we've seen the Bears do this time and time again this season, where they just find ways to control the clock, to control the offense, use the run game. And listen, we haven't talked about it enough here. We've talked about the running backs and how dominant they are, and as a whole, we've talked about the offensive line. But give credit to Ozzie Trapillo and Darnell Wright for not only, Ozzie Trapillo especially, not only stepping in an incredibly tough situation, but there's a good chunk of that run game plan that's your direction. There's a good chunk of that run game plan where it's, Ozzie, you got to clear the way. You got to create this hole for this guy to get through. You've got to seal this edge. That's so important that you saw that. Again, like, I could cry. I can't remember the last time. I think I was 10 the last time we had bookend tackles. And you see two guys that look like they have a ton of potential, and I love the fact that Ben Johnson saw one game of Ozzie and went, you know what? We could go back to Theo here. No disrespect to Theo. We like the stability that you provided for us. But that young man stepped in a very difficult game versus a tough defensive line in Pittsburgh and handled his own. Let's see if I can put a little bit more on his plate.
Yeah. J-Mac, what did you think of just the run game and the way it operated?
Yeah, obviously, I think just the types of runs, I saw counter, a lot of outside zone, inside zone. You saw duo, which you're trying to work double teams and get your lineman to the second level. It's more of an attitude play, but a lot of execution. And I love the way that Ben gets to these runs in terms of the formations and shifts. And I think that Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland have done a tremendous job, in the run game, along with Durham Smythe. When they put him in at fullback, I think he's done a really good job as well. So you got a collection of tight ends, right? You got your top two guys in Cole and Colston that are going to get majority of the targets, right, that are the blue chip guys in terms of that position. But shout out to Durham Smythe for coming in and doing the dirty work, lining up in the I formation, leading up on the linebacker. And like I said, you got to have those type of role players in order to be a good team. And one thing I look at in looking at this game, putting my coach's hat on, and I'm pretty sure that Coach Johnson, this is going to be a point of emphasis throughout, practice this week and meetings. I'm sure he's going to keep harping on this. I just think that we've got to take advantage of the takeaways, right? You look at Kevin Byard with the interception, and then on that drive, I think we came away with no points,
nothing,
right?
Yeah, nothing.
And this is a game in which, let's keep it real. This game, the Bears could have won this game by 3 scores because
for sure.
The defense completely shut down Philly's offense, and we just didn't capitalize off of good field position. We didn't score off of those takeaways, and that's something that's plagued us, right? We didn't execute real well in the red zone, but that's room for growth, and that's something that I'm sure this coaching staff, as good as they have been and as good as they are, they'll continue to work on that throughout practice and their preparation. But once you get those things, once you have an offense that can really take advantage of the takeaways that this defense is giving you, now you're cooking with hot grease, because everything else is, you're on the up and up, and yes, the pass game has been up and down, but with that run game and the defense getting you the ball in advantageous field position, this is going to be a real tough team, moving forward.
Isn't that some of that growth has to be on, and maybe, I know there's a method to Ben's madness with everything. We saw it on display today with how he did some of those end arounds to Luther Burden, and then runs that same formation with DJ Moore, runs that same formation again with Luther Burden, except hands it off to Kyle Manungai. Now it's a run up the middle. Does the same thing with DeAndre Swift. Now it's a run up the middle. So he's got so many multiples off of one play. But there were a couple of times where I went, why are we passing here, Ben? Like, what's and I'm sure it's a setup for something. But there was a couple of those where right? In that situation where you're talking about you're trying to get points, the ball's flying all over the place. You're in a 3rd and 5 situation. You're running the ball down their throats. Why not continue to go with that run game in those moments? Again, I love it because more than likely it's to set something up down the line, but you kind of needed that first down. And like J-Mac said, you needed points there. I think some of the play calling today, as great as it was, also took some points off the board for you.
Yeah, but Ben Johnson addressed some of that. We'll play some Ben Johnson when we come back. I've also got some numbers for you guys on the run game to share as well, just how prolific it truly was today. And your phone calls, 312-332-3776 if you want to hop on in. More of the Bears post-game show comes back in 2 minutes.
ESPN Chicago.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
The Black Friday sales event is going on now. At American Sale, we're known for having the largest selection of Christmas trees and decor. And for 10 days only, during our Black Friday sales event, you can get 0% financing for 6 years or cash back. See store for details. Stroll through our Christmas forest and choose from hundreds of trees ready to take home. Shop thousands of holiday decor items in our Christmas market. But hurry, sale ends November 30th. American Sale, helping you bring the fun home.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is ESPN Chicago, WNVP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears.
Here comes the ball.
ESPN Chicago.
Snap placement made. Here's the kick to the upright. And the kick is no good. Yes. Ball game, baby. 52-yard try fails with 9 seconds to go. Elliott is no good, and the Bears are going to win again.
That's where you saw the wind really kick in, because that thing looked right down Main Street the entire way, and then all of a sudden took a little snap hook left with the wind kicking in at the last minute there. It's the post-game show on ESPN Chicago, a victorious post-game show as the Bears take down the defending champion Eagles 24-15. They move to 9-3 on the season and hold on to their spot as the division leaders in the NFC North. And it had a lot to do with the run game when you dive into some of the numbers from this game. First of all, you have two backs go over 100 yards in a singular game for the first time since not 2018. 1985.
There you go.
How about that one? Both of them get into the end zone, that being Manungai and DeAndre Swift. And you're talking about two guys who one's averaging about 6 yards a carry, one's averaging about 7 yards a carry in this game. So it was a thing of beauty to watch this Bears run game operate the way that it did. And just like some of the little nuances. So this is from Next Gen Stats. As a team, the Bears rushed for 100 yards before contact. Shout out the offensive line. They also, though, had 185 yards after contact against the Eagles, and they have now done that twice this season. No other team in the league has done it once. So it just shows you, not only do you have backs that are making things happen after they do take a little bit of resistance, but you got an offensive line that's moving guys. And I think especially when you see that right side of the offensive line with Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson and Drew Dahlman getting involved. Obviously what Joe Tooney's doing too. Trapillo's stepped in and done a great job. And just the way that Ben Johnson will also use motion to get his receivers and tight ends involved inside the tackle box there and create running lanes for this team. I mean, you've got guys that aren't being touched for 15 yards at times.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw that a number of times in this game with Manungai. And you've got two guys who I think just kind of work well with each other. You got Swift, who's a little more of the burst type of guy, but he ain't afraid to put his shoulder down onto someone. And then on the flip side, you got Manungai, who he's more of that bruising type back, but he'll also juke you out from time to time too. It's really cool to see how those two guys complement each other, and even how Ben will sometimes, in the middle of drives, still spell one another because he knows each guy can do a little bit of both.
No, 100. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. To me, when we look at how this run game has developed throughout the season, how it's developed since the first couple of weeks, where we were like, we literally cannot run the football. You see an offensive line that's comfortable in creating these lanes now, and Ben Johnson calling an offense that allows that comfort to be accentuated, allows that offensive line to do what it feels it does best. I know we'll play good, better, best here later, but the O-line got a game ball as a whole today, and I love that because it truly shows the cohesion, the development that you had in this O-line, and how that has now changed what your entire offensive outlook is. I came into this game and I was like, listen, I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but the Bears match up a lot better in the trenches than people think when you look at them going up against top defenses. What'd you do versus the Giants? What'd you do versus the Steelers last week? Mm-hmm. This Bears offensive line has handled their own and created running lanes versus very tough defensive lines, and it gives you a confidence that's very different than what we've seen in Chicago for years now.
Yeah, and you have two running backs that truly feed off of each other. And talking with Kyle after the game, he talked about how when DeAndre's in there and he rips off a big run, he's motivated to go in there and make sure he handles his business, right, and contributes and rips off a big run. So two different running styles. I think the one thing, looking at Swift today, and something that we haven't really seen, we didn't really see last year, and I think that was because of the instability that we had up front. Mm-hmm. Swift really is a really good outside zone runner, and what you saw from today was you saw him cutting it back, right? And why was that working? Because he was able to press that football into the line of scrimmage, into the heels of that offensive line, which created flow by the defense, which means those linebackers are going to flow with outside zone, which opens up that cutback lane. But that cutback lane doesn't open up if DeAndre Swift doesn't press his aiming point to create that flow. Not only as he's pressing his aiming point, it makes it easier for this offensive line to get on their block. So outside zone, their offensive line, their aiming point is the outside shoulder of that defender, right? They're trying to gain an edge. And, that running back being able to press his aiming point creates that leverage for the offensive line to get on their blocks. So then when you bring in a Kyle Manungai who's all business, who's a one-cut runner and gets downhill with physicality, you see a guy who, yes, the offensive line, we're not going to block everybody in the run game. A lot of times that linebacker or that safety, that's the running back's guy. And you see Swift and Manungai, both of those guys, making those guys miss or making those guys pay to get more yards. And that's when you have an elite back. And these two have really paired well together, along with, everybody else on the offense in terms of making their blocks.
And by the way, a little credit to Ryan Poles on this. Kyle Manungai, the 22nd running back taken in the draft, 7th round, has 591 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns, and averaging 4.9 yards per carry. Ashton Jeanty, the first guy taken, 6th overall, I believe. Mm-hmm. 604 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns.
Shout out to Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Who wanted Kyle Manungai, who said Kyle Manungai reminded him of Kareem Hunt, the running back in Kansas City.
I've always thought that was the comp for him too, J-Mac, because you just look at the way it's almost like there's certain running backs that like to evade guys, certain running backs that like to work through contact. Manungai and Hunt, whenever there's like a one-on-one, they just want to run through a guy and truck upwards.
Yeah.
And that's what I see out of both of those guys, and it is a thing of beauty to watch. And it's so fun to see two backs when they can play off of each other, and you feel confident. It's not like, oh, this is the RB2 that's in for this drive. Maybe the run game won't be as potent. No, I mean, both guys averaging damn near 6 yards a carry in this game. This was Ben Johnson after the game talking about the run game today.
Can't say enough about that running game. I don't think we win that game if we're not able to run the ball like we were. Both the backs over 100 yards was just outstanding. You could feel decisiveness. You could feel them hitting it downhill. They turned on the gas and were lowering their shoulders too. So that was so good to see. But it doesn't happen without that offensive line. You can't say enough about Ozzie and Joe and Drew Dahlman and Jonah and then Darnell. I mean, those guys, they were huge for us. And so really proud of them. Really proud of the tight ends, the receivers.
So it was a full team effort there on this Bears win, 24-15 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go to the phones, 312-332-3776. You want to talk about this Bears win with us? Zach's in Indiana. What's going on, Zach?
Zach.
Hey, how you doing? First-time caller.
Hey, appreciate you calling in, Zach. What's going on, man?
Well, I want to talk to you about Kyle Manungai.
Yeah.
Given his stacking his production week after week, what do you think about where he belongs in the Rookie of the Year conversation?
Zach, it's an interesting question. My one thing with Manungai is he probably got too late of a start into this race. I can pull up some odds for you to tell you where he is. He's currently he's the 7th favorite right now. It's tough.
Ibuka.
So you got Tedero McMillan.
Yeah.
You've got Emeka Ibuka,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart, and he's going to come back this week too. Tyler Warren, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, all ahead of Kyle Manungai in terms of the odds right now. Listen, it's been a great story. I also think it's very tough to win Rookie of the Year as a 7th rounder.
Yeah.
And a guy who's not even a starter, but it doesn't take away anything from what he's been and how impactful he's been to this Bears team this year.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because Emeka Ibuka is really, really good at football. Like, he is a stud. I get it. It's come back to earth a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but what do you have, 165 versus the Seahawks? He's had a big game versus the Patriots this year, and it may not have all ended in wins, but I think there's other guys who were expected to be really good who probably get the nod. But again, credit Ryan Poles. You're getting the value out of it, right? Tyler Warren was the talk of the town, and now all of a sudden Colston Loveland and him right there with each other for touchdowns on the season. You were looking at the wide receiver position. Now all of a sudden you got Luther Burden who's getting involved. You got Ozzie Trapillo who's your starting left tackle and who feels like he cemented himself in that position on that left side. Like, there's a lot to feel good about from this Bears draft class. I just feel like it's going to be tough as a 7th-round running back to win. It's even tougher to beat a quarterback when there is a QB that's in that conversation. Like, even with Ibuka, Jackson Dart probably has the best case to win the Rookie of the Year.
We'll see. Lots of football still left to be played. Jonah's in Hyde Park. What's going on, Jonah? Jonah, we got you.
Hi, fellas. How are you?
What's going on, Jonah?
I just want to say I'm extremely proud of this team, man. I'm 19, so I haven't watched much of the Bears. But, I was alive for 28. This feels different this year. Ben Johnson's got this team playing for each other. Caleb looks all right, but this team has been carrying him. And the O-line is the best O-line in the NFL, and there's no two ways about it.
That's a bold statement there, Jonah. That may be the 19-year-old in you coming out. But listen, they are probably one of the...
There's a conversation for it, though.
They are one of the 3 to 5 best, I think, in the NFL right now. I will say this. When you talk about that 2018 team and the kind of reflection that you're starting to see a little bit out of this year's Bears team, and J-Mac, I think you'd probably have some thoughts on this as well, but it's when you start winning some of these games that you're not supposed to win is when you really start to believe that something's different. Like I remember in that 2018 season, there was that Vikings game on Sunday night and that Rams game on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And those were 2 games where prime time, entire country's watching you. This is kind of the prove it spot, change some of the narrative about you. And you go out and you win those games and frankly win them pretty dominantly. And that's kind of what this game I feel like was for the Bears. You went out and it felt like you convincingly won this game against Philadelphia. There were moments where things were in the balance and it looked like maybe Philly was going to come back and perhaps win the game. But it always felt like there was, and again, this is where sometimes box scores can be confusing and not tell the whole story, but you look at this box score from this game, and it looks like the Bears would have won this game by 3 touchdowns when you look at parts of it.
Well, what it continues to say is, listen, I think we had the better game plan. I think we had a ton of opportunity. The Philly defense is still good. You know, I asked you during the break, what about this team? What does this win say about either side? Does this say more about the Eagles? Are the Eagles maybe a little fraudy? Or does this say that the Bears are exactly who we thought they were and can continue to be that? I think it's more of, I think the Eagles are going to be fine. They're still going to make the playoffs. They're still going to be a threatening team in the playoffs because this defense with Vic Fangio is still absolutely ridiculous. And don't take it as that's a bad defense you played today and you got the better of them. No, your offensive line kicked their defensive line's butt, and you ran the football elite. There are not 5 teams in football that can do what your offensive line did today to that Philly defensive line. It's more of you played a really difficult defense that is good at stopping people from scoring touchdowns. It's how they beat the rest of the NFC North. And now you took advantage of an opportunity where you saw that you were winning a battle. Ben Johnson saw that he was winning a battle there in the trenches, and he rode that to a win.
Yeah, just execution at a high level against like you talked about, had a very difficult defensive front, a 3-4 scheme in which, you've got a dog and Jordan Davis at the nose.
Yeah.
And you got 2 defensive ends that's really good. And you got those edges, Jalen Phillips and Kobe Dean. You got a bunch of linebackers, Nolan Smith that can make plays and they're athletic. And it's pretty much Jalen Carter. We can talk about all these guys, right? All the guys from Georgia that's playing for the Eagles.
Yeah,
on that front. But,
literally. That's all. It's just every Georgia player on the defense for the last 5 years.
Yeah, and you're not gonna. I mean, you're gonna face some good fronts, but you're not gonna see many fronts that are more physical than the Eagles front. So yeah, it gives you confidence, and going into Green Bay, you're going to face another physical, athletic front. Yep. Another elite pass rusher, Micah Parsons, who's going crazy. But at the end of the day, going on the road a short week, underhanded, hostile territory against a team that's pretty much the standard right now in the NFL, being the Super Bowl champs at 8-3, and you come away with a, the score doesn't necessarily indicate it, but like you said, Tyler, watching the game, a dominant win.
Yeah.
Right. A game that you should have won by more. You could have won by 2 or 3 touchdowns. So it's definitely a confidence builder. Those guys, their confidence was already sky high, but I think it just kind of validated what type of team they are. We can't sit here and say, okay, they can be this. No, they're a team right now that plays hard. They play for one another, and their belief is through the roof because that coach, their head coach, and that coaching staff has embedded that in their culture, man for man, each man on that 53-man roster and on the practice squad. They all believe. And I think it's good that this Bears team have faced a lot of adversity this year in terms of winning close games because, hey, you go in the playoffs, the game's going to be close.
Yeah.
So you're getting that experience, you're battle-tested, and this is a team that believes no matter what the score is, they're going to come out on top, and that's where it starts. You got to have the belief, and then you got to have the players executing, and making plays at a high level. And that's what this Bears team has been so far this season.
All right, 312-332-3776. More of your Bears calls when we come back. And I want to know from Bears fans, too. Let's say you went into this game straddling the fence about how really good this Bears team is and was. What do you say now? Are you fully in the neighbor's yard at this point, or are you still in wait-and-see mode with this Bears team? 312-332-3776. I also have updated playoff probabilities as well, so I'll share all that when we come back. It's the post-game show on ESPN Chicago.
ESPN Chicago.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. The end of the year is coming fast, and so are your insurance benefits. So use those dollars to actually take care of yourself. Go visit my friends at Cairo One Wellness Centers. I've been going to Cairo One for a couple of months now, and I'm telling you, I feel better. Cairo One offers personalized chiropractic care that gets you pain-free with no drug and no surgery. If you've already hit your deductible or have health benefits remaining, check out CairoOne.com. 50 locations across Chicagoland. That's CairoOne.com.
Hey guys, it's Carm. If you're like me, you know a great haircut is more than just looking good. It's about the whole experience. That's why I head to White Buffalo Barbershop, Azazu Salon's partner. At White Buffalo, they redefine grooming excellence with top-tier barbers and a vibe that's second to none. Need to unwind? Grab a beer with your cut and catch all the big games right from your chair.
White Buffalo Barbershop, born original. Now in LaGrange and Hinsdale. Book your appointment today. Visit whitebuffalobarbershop.com for more info.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Menards Black Friday sale is here. Get everything you need to bring home the holidays. A Nerf Blaster dog toy blasts tennis balls 75 feet. Fun for you and your pup. Just $15.99. Delicious to buy chocolate is $12.99 a bag. Color-changing squish lamps and Performax drill bit sets are only $4.99 each. Menards has great Black Friday gifts for everyone in your family. Hurry in while supplies last. Good through November 30th. See menards.com for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hit the road in a brand new Chevy in less than 1 hour at Advantage Chevrolet Bolingbrook. You can sign and drive away in 60 minutes or less. Seriously. Or they'll cover your first car payment. Every new Chevy is backed by the Advantage Plus program. Advantage Chevrolet Bolingbrook. Together, let's drive.
Welcome back to Bears Postgame. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer on the home of the Chicago Bears, ESPN Chicago.
Hurts with a trio to the right, tight end left, play fake, pressure coming, Billings pressuring, Hurts coming to the near side, running it, now throws late, downfield, diving interception, Bears have taken it, it's Kevin Byard, the Philadelphia connection with Byard and Swift, and they're going to celebrate.
One of the two takeaways for this Bears defense. Philly had only given it away 6 times all season. That was the best in all of football. The Bears got 2, and that's kind of where this game was decided. You look at the third downs and the ability to take the ball away in this game, and listen, the Bears countered a takeaway with a takeaway. And you had Caleb Williams throw that interception, and then Philly looked like they were moving with a little momentum and starting to march down the field, and that's when you got Nashawn Wright to get the strip off of the tush push there, and that was a huge turning point in this game. It's the Bears post-game show on ESPN Chicago. Bears the 24-15 win over the Philadelphia Eagles, 9-3 right now. Amazon had the playoff probabilities with a win and with a loss. So the Bears obviously won the game, and now, according to Amazon's models and playoff probabilities, the Bears' playoff probability is at 77% at 9-3. I'm not going to lie, that sounded a little light when I heard it at first. When you're at 9-3, I get that the NFC has been uber competitive with what you got going in.
And your schedule is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the schedule's tough the rest of the way. One of the toughest in all of football for the remainder of the season. But even with, you've got 9 wins in the bank already. No one can take them from you. It's still, you figure like you get to 11, you're effectively a lock at that point, and even 10 can get you in. And I get that the West is what it is, and the North is what it is, but it's still like 77%. It still felt a little light to me. I would have guessed they would have been like 85-ish, maybe a little under 85.
That is still the love of everyone else in the division, I would assume, right? It's the belief that the Packers will continue to be, assuming they beat the Bears, right? That's what I'm figuring they're going off of. That's assuming that the Lions get it back on track because of the history of it. This is uncharted grounds that the Bears have been in. We haven't had 9 wins since 2018.
No.
And in the last, I think I looked this stat up last week. I want to say it was in the last 10 years, we've had 5 seasons of 9 wins or more. And no, we've had 5 seasons of at least 8 wins, and only 2 of those have you had more than 8 wins.
Yeah. Like they've lived in the 16-game era. They were living on that 8-8 line for a little bit under Nagy. What did you think, J-Mac? 77% chance to make the playoffs. Does that sound about right? Too much? Too little?
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't look at that. I'm being a coach and player, I'm still one game at a time. Yeah, you want to talk about those things, but you handle your business, and who cares about the percentage?
Yeah.
You earn your way. You take what you want. And one thing that I want to bring up, this game, it almost felt like a home game with the amount of boos that was coming from the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I mean, from start to finish, it was. I'm like, man, is this Philly, Chicago, Philadelphia? Like, it was crazy. Bears fans were in the building as well, but that Eagles fan base, they were pissed.
They
turned on their team. They were livid at the way that their team was playing, and it was from a Bears perspective. The guys on the sideline, they were thriving off of it. They were waving their hands up in the air, and it's awesome when you have there's no better sound in football than when you're on the road and the home team's fans are booing their team.
Yeah.
Kevin Byard talked about that this week, and it kind of I had never thought about it, that you can get a home field advantage.
Yeah.
If you get Philly. Yeah. J-Mac, I know you didn't see it, but go back and watch the TV version. The Bears made Santa Claus leave.
Oh, I mean,
did you see that when the fans started leaving? I mean, they go to Santa. Santa's out of there.
There was about 2. I think it was at the 2-minute warning, and Amazon did the shot of the stadium, and then it was all of a sudden the standings appeared.
Yeah.
But before the standings appeared, when you got that wide angle of the stadium, it was empty.
It was emptying out.
And to empty out that stadium, man, and I know Philly fans get a lot of grief, but you can't say anything about they love their team. That's part of why they are as hard on them as they are. It's because of how much they love their team and demand out of their team. But when you have the boos that were going, the fire Kevin chants in reference to offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, who's found himself under a lot of fire and
Sirianni said he's not changing the play call.
Listen, it wouldn't shock me though if we got a little notification on our phones tomorrow morning that Kevin Patullo is no longer with the Philadelphia Eagles. it's one of those things. You're right, J-Mac. Like, you can turn it into a home game, a quasi-home game for yourself when you get the opposing fans not necessarily rooting for you, but rooting against their own team in that moment.
Yeah, trust me. I've been on a Bears team in which our fans booed us. It was like, man, it's debilitating to say the least. But and that's just, the boos are because you have a Bears team that was executing. You had a Bears team that wanted to come in and win that game. And, it was confusing to me to see a Philly team who, you just seen what Dallas did, right? You saw Dallas, they just won yesterday. You just gave them a game. You know they're a team that's on the up and up now. Yes, you're still 8-3 before this game today, but, it's a game that you had to have. An NFC opponent, an NFC win is going to be critical, as this playoffs, as they start shaping up. And, you come out and I'm not going to say they were lackadaisical because the Bears just played well and physically beat them. But, this was a game that the Eagles had to have.
Yeah.
And, it's just a testament to this Bears football team about, how well they went on the road. We've been a good road team all year, and how we just physically beat the defending Super Bowl champs that had to have a must-win in their own home stadium. Like, this is a signature game for Coach Johnson, for sure.
I want to squeeze one call in here before the break. Vinny is in Bartlett. What's going on, Vinny?
Vinny!
Hey, boys. I'm in. I'm bought in. I'm 37. I didn't get to see 85, but, man, I watched 06. I watched Devin Hester return that kick and us lose. I watched 2010 with Cutler on the bike. I've seen it all since then, and I'm very cautiously optimistic. Until now, I'm fully in. I'm in. That's it.
All right.
I love it.
I'm buying. I'm in. I don't care. I'm it's like the 2016 Cubs. I'm a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
And I was very cautious that year, and it's the same thing here, man. I had to see them beat Philly. Once they beat Philly, I'm in. That's it. That's all I really got to say, guys.
Yeah.
It does feel a lot like it does feel a lot like the 15 Cubs right now. Like you knew the team had talent, you knew the team had young talent, but you didn't know how much that young talent was going to hit. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, like, can we actually go out there and win a World Series, compete for a World Series this year?
Yeah.
Of course, it ends up happening the following season, but it does feel a little like we're where we didn't think we were going to be at this point. I had 9-8 for the season.
Yeah.
We're at 9-3 right now. Let's go, baby.
Hopefully you're not right, is all I'll say. Hopefully you're not right.
Let me be wrong.
It's been an incredible ride. They've now won 9 of their last 10 games. 9 of 10. Like, it is incredible, the run that this team is on right now. We'll take more of your phone calls. We got a full bank of phones, 312-332-3776. If you want to jump on in, we'll go speed round through some of these calls when we come back. It's the post-game show on ESPN Chicago.
ESPN Chicago.
Do you have a baseball field, basketball arena, or football stadium named after you? Your insurance company might. While you're paying your insurance premium every month, do you ever wonder where that money goes? According to published reports, in 2013, the insurance industry was second in the nation in money paid to lobbyists. They spent even more on lobbyists than Big Oil did. When you're paying your insurance company every month, they're paying for TV commercials with high-priced actors trying to convince you that you're in good hands, they're on your side, and they're your neighbor. But are they really looking out for you? If you think the premiums you're paying every month are being kept in an account with your name on it for that rainy day when you get injured, you're sadly mistaken. Oftentimes, it's spent on lobbyists and sports arenas. If you want a law firm that will stand up to this trillion-dollar insurance industry, call the Verdoliak Law Group. We've been fighting for injured people for over 55 years. Call 844-4VLG-LAW.
Has the excitement of betting turned into worry? Feeling overwhelmed every time you roll the dice? Problem gambling doesn't just affect your wallet. It can impact your health, relationships, and peace of mind. But there's hope. Gateway Foundation is here to help you take back control of your life with personalized treatment options. You don't have to face this alone. Call Gateway Foundation today at 844-444-5780. That's 844-444-5780.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. This is it. Now is the time. It's Window Nation's end of the year sale. Listen to this. 50% off all window styles and 0% financing for 5 years. There isn't a better deal. My friends at Window Nation make the whole process easy, including 1-day installation and a lifetime warranty. The windows will actually save you money on your energy bills, just like mine. And yeah, they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, but they're rated A+ by me. It's the end of the year sale for a limited time at WindowNation.com.
ESPN Bet is becoming the score bet this December. The same betting app you love with a new look and promos curated just for you. Existing ESPN Bet customers don't have to change a thing. Your account, wallet, and bets will all remain the same. Plus, kick things off right now by logging in and claiming a 100% profit boost. More action, more rewards, more for you. The score bet coming this December. 21 plus, gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those? Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Nature is calling. No, not that way. Fishing, hunting, hiking, nature. Chauncey's Great Outdoors, Saturday mornings from 6 to 7 and available on demand on the ESPN Chicago app.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Miller, and Pat the Designer.
Caleb in the gun, back to his right, Manungai. 2 receivers left, motion, DJ Moore. Back to throw, Caleb sets, throws. Dive for the catch. Loveland reaches out and touches somebody. Oh my goodness, a tremendous catch. Puts him down near the 14. Terrific block by Jonah Jackson away at the 25-30. Manungai to the 35. Manungai 40. Mighty Manungai to the 45-yard line. Huge run. And the Bears' best thing today offensively is the ground game.
By the way, that Colston Loveland catch, that's some strong hands, man. Some strong hands.
Yeah.
Post-game show with you for about 25 more minutes here on ESPN Chicago. Bears beat the Eagles 24-15. Take down the defending Super Bowl champs. Alongside Jason McKee, Pat the Designer, Tyler Rocky in for Jeff Miller today. And we want to take your phone calls here. We're going to speed round through all of these phone calls right now. Let's start with Steve in North Chicago. What's going on, Steve?
Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask Pat the Designer a question. With the Bears-Packers game coming up next week, I was wondering if he was planning on showing up for the post-game show, because I know last time there was a Bears-Packers game, he didn't show up. And I had to call in to let him know he wasn't going to be at work, and so I wanted to see if he was planning on being there this time.
In fairness, he had a great excuse.
I did have a great excuse. That was when my son was born. That's my dad, if anybody's wondering. Shout out to Pop. That was the day my son was born. We went in for surgery like 3 seconds after Cairo made the kick, so it was kind of cool to see that.
Damn, so he's 10-3 as a Bears fan.
He's 10-3 as a Bears fan. This spoiled little.
Must be nice.
Luck, man. He's good luck.
Hey, he showed up and we start winning.
Yep. Daniel's in Highland Park. What's going on, Daniel?
Daniel, what's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I want to emphasize as well, I think the play of the game was when we stripped the ball from Jalen.
Yeah.
Just
Deshaun right on the
got
strip.
in. That was the most important. But I have a question, because I'm with you about Johnson, I'm with everyone about how great the coaching is. But one point flummoxed me, and that is at the end of the first half, they had about a minute 33, 36 left, and they just made it go away. They didn't have any thought of trying to make any gains, and they just were lackadaisical. What was the thought of the coach for that?
You know, Daniel, I've got my hypothesis on it, and J-Mac, I'd be curious what yours is too. I felt like in that quarter, that's when the Bears were going into the wind. So it's really tough to throw the football then. And you had, if you wanted to get into realistic field goal range for Cairo, you probably needed about 60, 65 yards. Yeah. That's a tough thing to do. And they got to a point where they were maybe in a range to get into close to a field goal, but then you had the ball get popped up into the air. I think it went off of Carter's helmet, was almost a pick, and it was just like, you know how much Ben Johnson values the middle 8, so the final 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. I think he was just trying to get out of Dodge there and make sure Philly couldn't put any more points on the board in that stretch.
And then remember, they would have had if Philly would have got points before the half, they would have had an opportunity for a 2-for-1 because they got the ball remember, coming out in the third quarter. So I think you're right. That's what I was thinking about, Tyler, at that point. You know, he said, I'm not going to give them any opportunities. I'm going to avoid disaster. We're playing well. We're going and regroup at the half.
Yeah, that was kind of a let's make it to the half, and then I feel good about the way that our offense is, where even if Philly did score out of the half on that first possession, which they didn't, but if they did, you felt good that, hey, we can keep running the ball down their throats at that point. Andrew's in Palos Heights. What's going on, Andrew?
Andrew.
Hi, guys. Good evening at this point, and hope you guys had a nice holiday. So, a question for the three of you. 9-3, obviously, first place in the North, but does this team have a chance to make a deep run in the playoffs? Question number one. And question number two, if you're Green Bay headed into next week, Sunday afternoon, 3:25, would you be nervous if you're Green Bay?
Yeah, thanks for the phone call there, Andrew.
I don't know if you're nervous if you're Green Bay, but you know that this Bears team is for real.
Yeah.
You're never going into a game never. You're confident that you're the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you're happy. You know it's going to be a battle, but you're also happy that it's at home. You know what I'm saying? So and we're coming. And I'm saying we're. No, I ain't claiming to be on the Packers, but they're saying they're looking at we just had a really good game.
Yeah.
You know, against Detroit, another NFC Northern opponent. So. You know, I think they're excited about the opportunity, and so were the Bears.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly there, J-Mac. Like, listen, the Bears are feeling good, puffing their chest out a little bit over this win. I think Green Bay is feeling very similar to how the Bears are right now. And they know, like, hey, you win this game, now all of a sudden you're in first place in the NFC North when all things are all said and done there. Priest on the west side. What's going on, Priest?
Priest!
What up, y'all? Hey, man, I'm calling from the west side of Chicago. I just want to ask one question.
Let's do it.
Earlier this week, the Chicago Bears was called the worst NFL team in NFL history at 8-3.
Yeah.
What's y'all thoughts about that? Please, man.
I think it is when people use numbers to try and tell you that they're smarter at football than the football that has to be played on the field. I get it. Analytics are a great tool to use. PFF is a great tool to use when it matches the eye test. The whole DVOA thing that came out that showed that the Bears were the worst 8-3 football team of all time. Look how Philly stopped the Bears' run game with that DVOA.
Yeah, games are played on the grass, not on a TI-84.
Yeah, people talk too much. You know, especially – a lot of people talking that never even bowled a mouthpiece. Let me keep it real. That's why you play the game.
If you ain't never felt that burn on the upper gum.
Listen, I'm not going to totally take away from what numbers are in terms of projection and stuff like that. They're not useless, but they're not. If they are your gospel, you're going to run into some wrong ones along the way as well. Robert's in Iowa. What's going on, Robert?
What's going on, guys?
What's happening, Robert?
Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing. J-Mac, can I ask you a question? Watching this team and watching the 06 team, is this team a little bit similar or a little bit better?
I think it's real similar. You know, I think with the offensive line, especially in the run game, we had a dominant offensive line and a really good run game, and so does this team. We had a team that thrived off takeaways, so does this team. We had a team that plays good special teams. I'd say our special teams unit is probably better than this one just because we had the Devin Hester.
Just a little bit, right, J-Mac?
We had a Devin Hester, and we had a lot of guys on special teams that could make plays. I mean, we talk about the greatness of Devin Hester on special teams, but Brennan Iambadejo, Israel Adonijay, so many guys that were blocking and making plays on special teams. But, you know, I don't like comparing. I mean, I'm not going to say we're better. I'm not going to say they're better. this is a really good team, and I'm so proud of those guys in the locker room. And this is a 9-3 team, regardless of what spin people put on it or what narrative they put on it. Numbers, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And we're 9-3.
Yep.
That's no lie.
Cordell on the west side. What's up, Cordell?
Cordell.
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's going on, my guy?
J-Mac, Pat, you know what I'm saying? Tyler, I wanted to go on a rant, right? Because even when we lost those first two games, and even since the beginning, since the 85 Bears, I've been a fan and a believer. Yes, it's been hard that we've been losing, but now it's our time. 9-3, nobody gave us a chance. I got this one annoying friend that's a Packer fan. Every time, every week, he kept saying, against the Pittsburgh, it's an L. Don't worry, Philly's going to beat you. What do you got to say now, buddy? And listen, two things.
Is he listening?
Shout out to Pat. Shout out to your son, Pat. He's an early winner at 10-3. And guess what, guys? And y'all can use this for content, too. We swept the NFC West, the NFC East division this year. Let's go. Bear down, baby. We good.
Yeah.
We got good. And we're going to go in there and smack the whackers. I don't call them the Packers. They're whackers.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Cordell.
Can we say that on air? Can we say whacker on air?
J-Mac, did you see them bring out the NFC Division Champs hats after the game? Did they bring those out to pass around to everybody?
Oh, man.
Listen, I love it. I love how this Bears team is playing. I love how it has Chicago buzzed up. And we got to play the good, better, best.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Johnson, man of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shirts off, baby. Tarps off. Tarps off.
Wiener Circle Tuesday. All right, we'll play good, better, best from inside the Bears' victorious locker room. 24-15. Bears win it. They move to 9-3 after a victory over the defending Super Bowl champs. We'll wrap up the show. You'll go inside the locker room with Ben Johnson when we come back here on the Postgame Show.
ESPN Chicago.
It's football season once again.
And the collision of the week. Sounds more like a rear-ender on the Dan Ryan to me. Maybe when you hear collision.
Exciting on the field, not so much when you're behind the wheel.
Aiken Laws help thousands of people across Chicagoland and Illinois injured in car, truck, and rideshare accidents get the compensation they deserve.
Yeah, but can you help the offensive line?
He's Howard Aiken, our go-to lawyer on the Kappa J. Hood Show, weekday mornings on ESPN Chicago.
Hey guys, it's Sylvie. Are you tired of the same old holiday lights, that same old look to your home? Outdoor Lighting Perspectives has the perfect upgrade. Permanent roofline lighting that's stylish, easy to use, and built to last. Their app lets you pick from thousands of colors and patterns for any occasion. Whether it's game day, the holidays, or any night, it's hassle-free and it looks amazing year-round, and everyone in the family will love it. I'm a proud customer. Visit PermanentLightingChicago.com and get your home ready for the holidays today. That's PermanentLightingChicago.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hit the road in a brand new Acura in less than 1 hour. At Advantage Acura Naperville, you can sign and drive away in 60 minutes or less. Seriously. Or they'll cover your first car payment. Every new Acura is backed by the Advantage Plus program. Advantage Acura Naperville. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Postgame continues now. This is the home of the Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago. Here are your hosts, Jason McKee, Jeff Meller, and Pat the Designer.
Ball on the 28. Snap to Caleb. Fakes to Swift. Rolling to his left. Being chased. Gonna throw deep. He's got Kmet over the shoulder. End zone. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown Cole Kmet. What a play call by Ben Johnson. And a throw perfectly timed. Caleb to Cole. Bears extend the lead. 23-9. 6:19 to go.
That was the kill shot. That one put away the Eagles there. It was Caleb Williams to Cole Kmet, and it was a thing of beauty. It wasn't even the first read on the play. That's where you saw Caleb put on the Superman cape and make something happen. And if he can continue to do some of that stuff, especially down the field, that's when you know you're going to have a really, really special offense here in Chicago. All right, the moment everyone's been waiting for. We're going to go inside that victorious locker room. The good, better, best speech from Ben Johnson this week after the Bears' 24-15 win over the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hell yeah! Man, I'm so proud of you guys. We took a short week. You took no shortcuts. We talked about the team that made more mistakes was going to lose that game. You guys didn't do it. You played your best ball for 60 minutes. Well done. Well done. Well done. All right, hey, there's a number of performances here that we got to talk about, but I'm only going to give out 2 game balls right now, all right? Give me the first one. Listen, this guy really should have had it for the last 3 weeks, and I've been wrong. I've been wrong, all right? But Shawnee, that's talk about turning the game. Playing good football,
Man, I appreciate all y'all. The organization, polls, everybody that allowed me to come here and do what I do best. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
You're a ball player, boy! Ball player!
And like KD said, this only matter from this point forward, so let's keep it going.
Keep going. Man, we got a couple backs that ran their asses off today. Yeah! But let me tell you something. It does not get done without this offensive line.
That's how we want it. Hey, let's enjoy this one, man. Let's get ready. On Green Bay. Let's do it. Hold on.
I know you guys are hungry for more, right? Let me tell you something. The city of Chicago's hungry too.
Never gets old. Never gets old. So for those unaware of what that part at the end was, so Ben Johnson, we'll give you the visual here. He takes the shirt off inside the locker room.
Go ahead, show him,
and I'm trying to keep us on all of our digital channels here. But there was a tweet from the Wiener Circle probably like about 2 months ago saying that they would do the free hot dog promotion again. Remember, they did it if Caleb threw for 4 touchdowns, they would give away free hot dogs to the city. He did that against Dallas. They ponied up again and said if Ben Johnson takes his shirt off, we'll give out free hot dogs again. And what do you know? In the locker room, he takes his shirt off. He alludes to the hot dogs for the city of Chicago. I feel like Ben Johnson may have told them at some point, hey, if you guys beat the Eagles, it's tarps off.
Yeah.
We're going to do it for the city at that point. But we got to get there, and we got to win that game against the Eagles if you guys want me to take the shirt off.
Well, listen, I love the free hot dogs, you know what I mean? But I love 9 wins more. That's what you're doing for the city. That's how you put on for the city. I mean, you're playing like a football team that represents Chicago across its chest. And to be honest with you, as a lifelong Chicago sports fan, that's all we ask from our teams. How many teams, Tyler, growing up, did you enjoy watching? And maybe they weren't championship caliber teams, but they played like they were from the city of Chicago. They played hard. The Kirk Heinrich Baby Bulls.
Yeah.
We all knew they weren't going to win an NBA championship. We were like, let's have some fun. Yeah. Who knows? But they played hard every night. I mean, like, how many Bears teams have we watched where it was just like, if it looks like you give a crap on the field, we will love you. Like, that's what this city is. We want to see the effort. We want to see the hard work. And that's what, not only are you getting the wins, but it's a win in a brand of Chicago that we've seen work in this city, being the tougher team.
Yeah, I mean, the bar is not very high to clear for us to embrace our arms around you. Like, I mean, J-Mac, you heard those Philly fans, right? A little bit of a higher level of expectation there.
Yeah. I mean, it's he's setting a standard. And as you can hear, and you guys will see the clip, right? The culture is strong. Those guys believe in one another. He even said to Sean Wright, I should have given you this game ball a long time ago.
He said I was wrong.
You're a ball player. You're a playmaker. Because nobody coming into the season would have had Nashawn Wright doing what he's doing right now. I mean, nobody wanted him. Cast him away, right? Ryan Poles gave him an opportunity, and it's good to see not only him, but a lot of other guys on this roster taking advantage of their opportunity.
Yep, it's a thing of beauty to watch right now. Bears are 9-3 after a 24-15 victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to today's show and any portion of today on the Chicago Bears radio network. J-Mac, get back safe from Philly, my man. And
you got my cheesesteak, dog?
I'm gonna put it in my suitcase.
I appreciate that.
Hey, we Tyler, you get a game ball from us, man. You filled in for Jeff.
Yeah, big game ball for Tyler.
Stepping up, man, and we're gonna give you a game ball tonight, man.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, always good to be filling in after a victory too. Bears get it done. Pat, always good hanging out with you. Thank you to Jake Santos and to Kendra Smith as well for producing today's show. Hope everyone had a spectacular holiday. Hope everyone has a spectacular holiday weekend, Black Friday, everything else that's going on. Boy, it feels good, man. Feels good to be a Bears fan in the city right now. 9-3, sitting atop of the NFC North. And
we got booking and tackles.
And don't look now. I mean, second seed in the NFC right now. Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of football left. And again, the Packers on deck. It all starts at 3:25, but we've got you all Sunday long. Not only is there a pregame show and a pre-pregame show, there's also, of course, the postgame show and the post-postgame show. So we'll have you wall-to-wall next Sunday for Packer Week and dialed in all week long on ESPN Chicago. We'll talk to you next week. Bear down.
Bear down. ESPN Chicago.